And welcome to the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, here at the OTE Arena, where it is the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. We have some of the best high school basketball players from around the country, all here competing in front of 71 college scouts, NBA scouts, GMs. It's all going down right here. I can't believe it, man. I'm your boy Snipe, joined with my guy, Overtime Tom. How you feeling today, man?
Man, when you say 71 scouts, GMs, college guys, NBA guys, what an opportunity for these players to show off everything that they've been working on. I'm excited.
Absolutely, and I think this is one of those things that I think separates OTE from any normal high school or prep school. The opportunity here is endless. How many places can you go to where you have a specific day where you get the most eyes you can possibly get on you at one time in time? This is good for the guys who nobody knows, and it's also great for the guys that everybody know, because it's also NBA guys who will remember you, so when you don't show 1 or 2 years, hey, that guy was pretty good.
Absolutely, and they're going to get to do a lot of different things today. We're going to start with just skill work, so the scouts and everything will be able to see just your dribbling, your shooting, all the basic stuff that you would do on a day-to-day practice. Then we'll move on to 3v3, and then eventually we'll get into 5-on-5 games. And again, it's an opportunity for these guys. They've been working so hard. They had a grueling OTE season, tons of games, tons of high-pressure filled moments, and a lot of skill work, and now you get to see some of that payoff.
Absolutely. Now, we get to check out some of the guards. This is Group 2, and, some of my favorites are out here. So, some guys that I'm interested in seeing. Number one is Styles Clemens.
Yes.
I mean, he came into the league late for the City Reapers, who made a championship run, and what he's been able to do with the Combine is insane. He was the MVP of the Combine. He has the highest vertical that we've ever had in program history. Think about the guys that came before him. I mean, come on.
Look, he had a 43-inch vert yesterday. Like you mentioned, MVP of day one of the Combine. And that's better than guys like Somto, who we've had here, Ja'Kai Howard. The Thompson twins, they had it wasn't official. They had an unofficial 44, so there's a little bit of, it's not official though. So we're still giving Styles as the #1 highest official vert in OTE history. And we've had a lot of great guys come in here. And Styles, it's not that we don't know that he's athletic, but that was shocking because I've seen it a little bit, but he also had the highest standing vert. He also had some of the fastest times when it came to some of the shuttle runs and everything. So, and you mentioned it to me earlier, his mid-range shooting too. He's had a great day. I
mean, he hit 26 out of 30 mid-range jump shots, showing you that he's putting in that work. I think a lot of teams will be happy to have an athletic guard like him. But on the other end as well, we got top guys in the country as well, like Jasper Johnson, who's been amazing all season long for RWE. A lot of people thought that they had the best backcourt in the league with him and TK, Mr. 6'7". So I know Jasper Johnson is licking his chops at the opportunity to play some in front of these guys.
Yeah, committed to Kentucky. He's an all OTE player. I think he came in probably as one of the most highly touted players in OTE that we've ever signed, and he lived up to the expectation. Averaged about 20 points per game, over 5 rebounds per game, had 5 assists per game. He did a little bit of everything for that RWE team, and it took them a minute to figure out what that backcourt would look like, with Jasper playing the 1 and the 2, TK playing the 1 and the 2, and I think by the end of the season you saw they were able to figure it out. And he's having a busy few weeks. Here today at the Combine, tomorrow he will leave and go to the Jordan Brand Classic, playing an All-American game. He'll have a few other All-American games to participate in throughout the spring, and then eventually end up at Kentucky. He also just got back from the Nike Hoop Summit, which is known as really the best event to play in front of pro scouts. And you had guys like AJ DeBance out there. Malik was actually out there as well. Malik Thomas playing on a practice squad, and he got to participate in that. So Jasper, very busy off season so far, and out here today, performing. For him, it's more about the NBA scouts, right?
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, this is a great opportunity for guys who's already known, like Jasper. Let's think about a guy like Romelo, right? Fan favorite without a doubt. Kids love Romelo. And to be honest, the role he had this year compared to his first year, significantly bigger. He became one of the best defenders in the league. I always have this joke, but it's kind of true. He led the league in busted lips. That's just the type of player he is. He's a honey badger, and now he's got the offensive game to match that defensive tenacity. What he's been able to do offensively, get to the cup, shoot the 3 ball, he actually was very close to be leading the league in three-point percentage as well, but he got snubbed right there by Marcus Gillespie. And now he's playing on that Puma circuit with Lincoln Cosby, looking really good. I'm excited to see what Romelo has in the future.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any player who's gotten more out of OTE so far. Came in as a guy a couple years ago who, like, he barely played for Coach Fraser in RWE in his first season with them. And then this past year was really the first guy off the bench, the energy guy for a really good RWE team. He still has a couple more years, class of 2027. So for him, like, he's taken on the challenge every single offseason to become a better shooter as we're watching him right now. Like, he's really put in that work. And obviously, everyone knows about his athleticism, too.
Absolutely. Let's take a listen to Coach Floyd, see what you guys talk to the fellas about. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, Diamant Blazi in the building. Hey, this is a huge opportunity. You came over here from France to be able to have this opportunity right here, to be in front of these college scouts, these college coaches. What's going on with you, Amari, right now? A little nervousness?
I don't feel nervous. I feel great. Obviously, you know, we've been working all year for those type of moments, grinding and playing with my teammate really hard. Now we got the opportunity to play in front of all these coaches. That's a big-time opportunity for everybody, so I feel really good right now.
Absolutely. You know, one thing I love about you is the defensive tenacity and athleticism jumps off the charts. Is there anything that you want to show scouts that maybe they haven't got a chance to see during the season? You know, anything that you've been working on during the summer you want to show off today?
Absolutely. I was working on my shot lately. During the season, I was trying to grind and get consistent on my shot. As a defensive player, I'm trying to show every coach here that nobody can jump with me here and anywhere. We're going to play 3-on-3 after that, so I'm going out there to knock out some shot, get some great dunk, and block some shot too.
And yesterday, I know you guys did day one of the Combine. It was more about jumping, running, doing some of those drills. You kind of thrive in that. Like, were you excited for yesterday to kind of show what you were doing? And how'd you feel it went for you?
With James, I was working really hard on my body this year, so I was just trying to beat my best score that I did on the first Combine. I was really excited yesterday, and I think I did pretty good, showing my ability and my athleticism to being able to move so fast.
All right, and I know we're at the Combine, so let's be really serious. But you did, so in the last couple of days, you got to go to Coachella, you were hanging out in LA. I know you're still working during all that time, but, you know, in the off season, you get to do some other things. How cool is it, you know, you get to do all the basketball stuff, but you also get to, you know, experience some of the other stuff, working with creators, meeting musicians, doing some of that stuff. How's that been?
I feel like it's a great opportunity, a blessing in a certain way. Obviously, basketball is my priority. Now that season is over, I get some more time on the weekend. Every time of the week, I'm here grinding and working on my basketball. And on the little days, I got some free time. I take care of that to get and do my business.
All right, man, Diamond, we appreciate you taking some time with us. Get back out there and kill it, man. I mean, I love Diamond. Another thing that
I was just jealous about the Coachella thing.
I know,
bro.
right? I was like, one thing that might not show about Diamond here is his ability to be a factor in the locker room, always smiling, always cracking a joke. I feel like everybody loves Diamant Blazi. He is a personality that you would love to have in the locker room.
I feel like the Cold Hearts had a really hard season, right? They started out 0-8. Throughout the year, it was a struggle. And I felt like one of the main reasons they stuck together, Coach Norm did a great job. They had a lot of great players. But I felt like Diamond's energy at all times, like, you couldn't take a practice off because you know he's going to go really hard. You can't take a game off because you know he'll come off the bench and be really competitive. So I love what I see from Diamond. I think being new to the States, it's probably like he just needs to get in front of more people, play in front of more scouts, play in front of more coaches, and keep learning the game. Because I think his ceiling is pretty high.
And the Cold Hearts was one of those teams that was a little different than we normally see. All the firepower, all the talent, international talent. They got homegrown talent. It was a mixture of a bunch of guys. But the season eventually didn't go the way they wanted it to. However, it's a lot of pros, right? You got guys like Jeremiah Farwina coming back, Miles Gillespie taking that next step, coming back. As you mentioned, leading the league in three-point percentage. A lot of talent. Speaking of Cold Heart talent, no bigger Cold Heart talent than my guy, Kai Rogers. Kai, I don't know if you heard this. You ever watch the games back? I've routinely called you the best big man in OTE, and now you get a chance to show that in front of all the scouts. What's going on through your mind today for this opportunity?
It's just a great opportunity, like you said. Opportunities are what I love, so it's just great that I can come out here and show what I got, what I can do. I can show my potential, and everybody can see. So it's great that all the guys can come out here and show what they got.
And for you, you was able to show that you was a live threat last year, one of the best. Is there anything particularly on your mind you want to show guys maybe that you didn't get a chance to show in the season?
Yeah, definitely my shooting. So in our skill work right here, we did like 3 shots from each spot after every drill. So I got to shoot. I got to show that I can shoot. And that's a big spot that I missed in my cohort season because I was just a live threat, sending picks and stuff. People didn't really know I could shoot like that.
And obviously, you're on your way to Oklahoma after this. You'll be a freshman there next season. What do you think is like the thing you're looking forward to the most of, leaving OT? We'll be sad, but going on to the college ranks and playing against some other competition?
First of all, Boomer Center, and I'm excited to play in the SEC. It's the best conference for college basketball, so I'm just excited to show what I got in the best conference, play against the best players in college basketball.
And obviously, you're one of the older guys here. You've been through this. Is there any advice you have for the younger guys or even fans who are watching who eventually want to get to where you're at right now?
Yeah, just stay focused. You know what you want, and there's plenty of ways to get there, but the way that I found is going to be the hard way. Nothing's going to be easy. You got to just put your head down, keep working, and know that on the other side of the hard is the good.
Did I hear you had a 7'4" wingspan yesterday?
I do, yeah, 7'4" wingspan.
Yeah,
that explains why he was blocking all those shots. Hey, appreciate you taking the time, Kyle. We'll let you get back with the guys, man. I mean, Kyle Rogers, without a doubt, if he played more games and if the cohorts was in contention, he was my pick for Defensive Player of the Year. What he was able to do defensively, he had games where he blocked 4 or 5 shots in a single game. Not to mention, he was leading the league in rebounds for 90% of the time. Oklahoma is very lucky to get a guy like that.
I'm actually kind of bummed. So Jeremiah Fears was their freshman point guard this past year, and he just declared for the draft. He's going to be a top 10 pick. I really want to see Jeremiah Fears and Kai Rogers together on the same team, but Oklahoma will reload, I'm sure, get some other guards for sure.
Jeremiah Fears was really good, and we talked about how good he was in the pick and roll. Imagine them two together in the pick and roll. Now, out of all the players here at OTE, one of my favorite players to mess with right here is my guy Lincoln, a.k.a. Sneaky Link. My guy. Hey, man.
Can we stop getting all the tall people? This is terrible.
I know, right? My guy, you have been working for this moment right here. Every time I talk to you, you always locked in, talking about putting in the work. Now you got an opportunity in front of 71 scouts and GMs. What does that moment mean to you, and what do you plan to prove?
You just can't let the pressure get to you, you know what I'm saying? I just got to keep telling myself it's just another workout. Just keep composure. Just you miss a shot, you got next shot mentality.
Did you get taller?
He had to. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
It definitely seems like it. Look, during the season, you dealt with some injuries throughout the year. Got healthy as the season progressed. How are you feeling right now? And are you excited for the summer and hopefully have a healthy summer, be able to participate and play in all these different events?
Oh yeah, for sure. I just want to be able to go out there and continue to prove my name and show everybody what I'm about.
Is there anything? I feel like you're kind of working on a lot of different parts of your game. Is there one thing specifically in this offseason that you're trying to really get better at and keep showing people that you can do that maybe they don't know that you can do right now?
Oh, no, not for real. My game, I can really stretch the floor. I can play outside, inside. I just want to continue to just dominate on all parts of the game, all parts of the floor.
One thing I love about your game is just because you're 6'10" doesn't mean you down in the post. You can play from the wing. You can shoot the ball with the best of them. Smooth lefty. Is there anything that you've going into the summer like, hey, I want to prove that I can be on the wing as a taller guy. You don't just have to put me down here on the block. Any skill work individually?
No, not really. I feel like that's just my game. It's not really, I don't have to prove. I'm just going to continue to play my game, continue to show everybody what I'm about. For real.
What do you think about the Lamar Odom player comp?
Is that your player comp?
Yes, bro. That's prom Lamar Odom.
I never even got to see him play.
Yeah. Link, you kind of young, man. But just know he was one of them ones, bro. He was one of them ones, man. Lincoln, I appreciate you taking the time, man. I'm going to let you get back with the guys. For the kids at home, who we losing recipes, Tom.
I know.
For the kids at home who don't know who Lamar Odom is, he was one of the best
easily
offensive. You talk about inside game, outside game, handle. He's a legend. He's a legend. He is a legend.
He was a legend. You want to know another legend? Greg Oden, who is here today. Greg Oden obviously was one of the best high school basketball players of all time. Went on to Ohio State, won a national championship, was the #1 pick in the NBA draft. He's been in and out of OT a couple times now to give the guys advice, give the guys lessons, checking out the combine today. Lamar's a legend, but that guy right there, if he was able to stay healthy, you're talking about one of the best big men of all time.
That's my player comp, bro.
For you?
Yeah.
I know you love your Ohio guys.
Hey, when I was growing up, they used to call me Young Greg Oden, man. That's what they called me, Tom.
He came to OTE and he absolutely lit up RWE in one practice, and I think he made all of them better. So he obviously has been through the ringer, done a lot of different things. As we have Coach Norma, the Coldhearts pulling up on us right now, but Greg Oden definitely a legend in the building.
Coach, do you believe Tom said growing up his player comp was Greg Oden? Do you see that?
Hell no. No chance in the world Tom had a Greg Oden. Hey, no, I'm going to give you TJ McConnell.
Hey, that's mine. That was mine.
No, I'll take it. He's probably what, 10 mil a year?
No. He's really good for the Pacers right now. Hey, Coach, man, we love to have you. Looking around, seeing all these NBA scouts, college scouts, what does it mean for these players to have an opportunity to be able to showcase their talent in front of all these guys?
Incredible. I couldn't imagine being a high school kid and having this type of atmosphere, to work in front of NBA guys, college guys, and the energy has been great. The guys have been great, so we're happy for them. It's a good turnout.
Absolutely.
And I know that you look out for all the guys in Atlanta, but you're Coldheart specifically. Talk to us about some of those guys, the Marcus Gillespie's, the Landon Colliers. You got a bunch, Kai Rogers is out here. Some of the different Coldhearts that people should know about.
Oh, man, I'm excited for the Coldhearts. You know that. Kai was great earlier. Kai he brought great energy. I mean, he's finishing around the rim. I like where he is. Landon, obviously, he came later, but his attitude has been great. He's been really good in the drill so far. So for all my Coldheart guys, I'm excited. And Marcus Gillespie is one of my favorites. So I'm happy for all of them.
So I have somebody to ask you about specifically. We heard a lot of good stuff about Asher Elson. A lot of people saying that he could be a pro, that length, his ability to shoot the ball, the potential he has. What can you tell us about Asher Elson? He's a New York guy too.
Yeah. I'm biased there. And yeah, he has a chance. He's 6'10". He can shoot. He can shoot the ball. Obviously, everyone needs shooting. It's a premium, right? So I think Asher has a chance. I'm excited for him. Happy to have him on our team. Want to see his continued progress throughout the summer. So excited for him.
Absolutely, Coach. As always, we appreciate you, man. Happy to have you. Man, everybody taller than us. Can we get Romelo or somebody over here?
We're getting progressively smaller, though.
Yes, that's kind of true.
Coach was the first person I didn't have to hurt my neck on. So that was good. That was good.
TJ McConnell player comp from an NBA guy. Coach Norman played in the league, coached for the Charlotte Hornets.
He basically said I'm an NBA player.
Yeah, I mean,
he didn't give you a comp.
He did not.
No.
Yeah, you see how I threw you under the bus and said you said you was a great coach?
That was terrible. That was terrible.
But as we look at these guys, right, let's take a look. Samis Calderon is one of the most athletic human beings.
Another Coldheart.
I mean, headed to Kansas. I mean, the dunk he just did was insane. Let's see what he decides to do right here. Athletic as they come. Like, come on, man.
I think everyone's excited about Samis going to Kansas next year. Again, an international player, it probably took him a little bit of time last year to acclimate himself to OTE. Had a really big offseason. He's continued to get better and work really hard. I feel like as far as a prospect, like if scouts are here, when they see someone that tall, that athletic, who can shoot it, I'm sure there's a lot of NBA guys who are taking notice of him as well.
I mean, look at this.
Yeah,
and keep in mind, Samis Calderon came over here from Brazil. Nobody knew who he was. In a matter of 2 years, Michigan, Auburn, Kansas, you name it. He could have went anywhere in the country, and he is out here looking like LeBron James. Oh, my goodness.
It's like you heard us talking about him. Yeah, I mean, look, and he's not someone that played AAU basketball.
Yeah.
He's really done the OTE stuff. Like, he's come to the combines and performed. He's been in games and performed. And, when you have all these scouts around here watching, I think you got to do something that separates yourself, right? Like, everyone here is a good player. Everyone here is athletic. When you can be one of the most athletic guys amongst really athletic guys, that's really impressive.
Absolutely, man. And now we finally got somebody we can look at eye to eye. But even he getting taller. You was not this tall the last time I seen you, bro. Melo, you killing it right now in the Puma circuit. The confidence got to be feeling amazing. You coming back for another year with a bigger opportunity here at OTE. What's the thoughts and process over here, man?
I mean, it feels good. I told you last year what I was going to do, so.
And you did it.
Yeah, so this upcoming year, I'm going to just do more of what I did, just do it better.
So, Tom, last year, I asked him, I said, what are you going to do this year? What is your role like this year? And he said it. This was before a game, a preseason. I'm going to be one of the best defensive players in the league.
Facts.
I'm going to hang my hat on that. And that's exactly what he did. Now, I'm going to ask you again. This year, what are you bringing to the table, and what are you working on to elevate your game?
I'm going to just be a better defender, but I'm also be a way better playmaker. So just be a point guard for my team, guarding, knock down the open shots, keep doing what I'm doing.
and you've obviously been at OTE now for a couple of years. I feel like there's probably no one who's improved more. What has OTE done for you, meant to you, where you've been able to have this ability to keep getting better and better?
The development here is next level. As you can see, we got the greatest facility in any building, any high school in the country. So the development here is great, and I've gotten a lot better.
I got to ask you, yesterday, you didn't participate in the jumping stuff. Styles Clemens did, and he broke the record. He's right there. Styles broke the record for vert. I always say you were the bounciest person in OTE. I feel like you're going to break the record next time you do this.
Shout out to Styles. He broke the record. He's the bounciest now.
Wow.
43
You've been
is kind of tough. 43 tough. I love it.
I'll take second to Styles. I'll take second.
All right, before I let you go, man, I also want to ask you this, right? You said that one of the biggest roles you want to do is be able to play make, be able to create, right? You and Lincoln on the same AAU circuit, that tandem is starting to look like a more and more better and better tandem. What can we expect from y'all two next year?
It's going to be a problem.
I feel that, though. I'm not even lying. I like that tandem.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. We're really building our chemistry right now at AAU. We already built it these past 2 years on RWE, so when we come back as juniors, it's going to be different. Everybody's going to see, though.
The Link and Melo show. I'm signing up, getting front row tickets. My guy, Romelo Hill, man, he's been amazing, and his progress has been amazing as well. Meanwhile, big-time players do big-time things. The McDonald's All-American Malik Thomas is in the building. We were in the Barclays building, seeing him get off to a really great start at the McDonald's All-American game, and now we get the privilege of seeing him just beat Malik in the presence of all these guys.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was even going to be able to compete today. Like you say, he's been at McDonald's. He went to Nike Hoop Summit. He's going to Jordan Brand Classic tomorrow. He's been busy. And also, look, he's already committed to Arkansas. A lot of NBA scouts have already seen him. It's like, does he have to do this? No, Malik showed up today and he was like, I want to participate. I want to be able to compete. And I think that speaks to who he is. He always wants to compete. He always wants to show he's the best one. You're going to see he's going to be the most intense person in every single drill. He sets the standard every single time. So I love that he's out here. I know that Coach Cal loves that he's getting him at Arkansas. And I know that NBA scouts here, he's probably the #1 guy they're looking at here.
Listen, if you had a photo of a dog and put it next to Malik, they look like identical twins. He is a dog, okay? The definition of a dog. There's so many times I talk to him before games, after games, the intensity, the look in his eye. He got that look in his eye where you don't even need to have a response. You can see how bad he want to compete, how bad he want to win. When I came in today, I walked through the doors and said Malik might not be competing. I said, you must not know Malik.
Yeah, you don't know Malik.
And he could be on one leg. He will be here doing something. That's the type of player he is. So Coach Cal has a great one. He's going to fight tooth and nail to the end, and I think he's a pro.
I think he's definitely a pro. He was at the McDonald's All-American stuff a couple weeks ago, and you heard from some of the other great players in the country, and they all said he was the player that impressed them the most. Darren Peterson was the main guy who's going to Kansas who said, oh, Malik was the most impressive guy out here, and it's probably he just works so hard. He deserves these moments, and what he always says to me, he's like, I belong here. Like, I belong in these situations. So I love watching Malik. I don't know if there's a player that I respect more than Malik Thomas that's come through these OT doors, because he just puts the work in, and he's a leader. And I know Coach Doug, wherever he's at from the City Reapers, he's going to miss him a lot next year, knowing that he's not on the squad anymore.
If there's anybody else I give that same respect to, it's probably his running mate, the Pittsburgh Reaper himself, Amari Evans, who's out here, as you know, headed to the University of Tennessee. And when you talk about a dog, maybe it's something in that Pittsburgh water, because when these guys were on the same team at the beginning of the season, I knew that they were destined for a repeat for an OTE Finals appearance, and they did just that. Came up short. But when you think championship mentality, when you think about the DNA, Amari Evans, 2-time back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year, but this year and last year, being able to score the ball as well. He's more than just a defender. Now, I feel like that's what can set you apart, because a lot of guys like to score, they don't like to guard. He's going to the perfect place, right? If you go and look at Tennessee, Chaz Lanier just won Defensive Player of the SEC. Yep. He's going to be filling those shoes. Chaz Lanier is going to be going to the NBA draft. He's the prototype. If he can get that 3 ball at least 38%, you're looking at a prototypical 3-and-D NBA guard. He has the size of an NFL DB. He is huge. He He is the biggest guard we have in the entire program. So he's ready. He has the physical abilities to be able to play.
Yeah, I think he knows exactly what he has to do, right? He's someone that he wants to go dominate in college. He's excited to play defense in college, but eventually, obviously, wants to be able to make that jump. He knows it's going to be all about his shot. We see him in the practice gym at all times working on that shot. And we talked about Romelo's growth over the last couple of years. Amari, another player who spent 2 years at OTE, and you saw from year one, being a guy who comes off the bench or plays, you know, starts with, it just plays defense for the City Reapers to this past year, as you mentioned, being one of the leading scorers in all of OTE, averaging 18 points per game. And, you know, Defensive Player of the Year, that was like automatic. We know he's going to do that. But now to become an all OTE player, and honestly, he was a no-brainer. I can't wait to see him in college because he's a leader on day one. You don't see that a lot of time in freshmen. Guys who are going to walk in and immediately be leaders, immediately be guys who you don't have to worry about are going to do the right thing. And he'll hold guys accountable. So any team in the world is lucky to have an Amari Evans.
Absolutely, man. You know, this is everything we thought it would be here at the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. We're just seeing players get after it. And right now we're doing some skill work. But, you know, we're going to see some 3-on-3s later. We're going to see some 5v5s. We're going to see guys get after it. And, you know, we was talking to D. Wilk before this, and he's done an amazing job at the head of competition here at OTE. And by them just having a guy that they can talk to that's been in the league. He was a McDonald's All-American already, right? He went through the league the hard way and still played 11 years in the NBA at the highest level. I don't feel like it's a better basketball environment in the country than OTE. And I think a lot of these players that play here, they can speak about it.
I feel like sometimes, as we hear some of the coaches talking right now, sometimes we hear some about other players not knowing about OTE, and I think the thing that they see is the work, the facilities, all the practices, it's paying off.
Damn. They messed me up on that. Here we go. Hey, I'm blitzing, Keith. There you go. Shooting moves, shooting, alternate. Here we go. Yeah. Fall out to your left, fall out to your left, fall out to your left. This is 2. Hey, we could go one more ball. We could go one more ball. This is 3. This is 4. Yeah.
All right, guys, and now we are joined by the Director of Grassroots and Intelligence for the Detroit Pistons, Matt Verdon, but also an old friend of OTE, used to be part of the program here. First of all, how we doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you feeling?
We are feeling great. It's amazing to see these guys out here. You got to see OTE from day one. How great is an event like this to be able to see the guys, see the players, see the facility, be back in your home?
Good to see everybody, all the friends and family, everybody here. Also good to see the players, their development, where they came from, where they started, where I seen them at before they got to OT, and now where they at now. It's kind of like the progression, either is on the court, their maturity level as a young man, but also their body-wise too. A lot of guys got a lot bigger and stronger. Be like, oh wow, okay.
And we have a lot of guys here from college scouting, but you're a guy coming in from like the NBA ranks. What are you looking at? Is it like a potential thing? Is it body, like you mentioned? Like, what does an NBA guy come in here and really try to see from players?
A little bit of everything, body-wise, how they move on the court, their body language, energy, their approach, a little bit of everything. You kind of forecasting out like somebody you want to monitor, somebody you keep an eye on in college. Some guys you think like, oh, I think he could be a good pro. Let's keep a monitor and stuff like that. So that's what you look out for.
And as you mentioned, you know, you've been here before, right? So you know the work that these guys put in and day out. We got a lot of alumni that made it to the NBA. So when you sit back and think about, you know, what OTE's been able to do to give guys an opportunity to go to the league, you know, what are some of the benefits for people at home who might not know what goes in and day out here in the arena?
Just kind of like the work process that goes everything here. Like, of course, you do school, you do the academics, but like the individual learning, the teaching, stuff like here on the court stuff is like kind of crazy. And kind of seeing the guys that's in the league now, that's either in the G League on 2 ways or guys that's like in heavy rotation minutes, see where they came from, before OT, during OT, and that's kind of like, it blows my mind. I see Asar every day. It'd be like, man, it's like little brother. Like, but then I see Jalen Martin, guys like that, and Jayzion Corbin and Rob Dillingham. He was like, man, look at the progression. Tyler Smith had a really good game the other day, which is super proud of him. It just kind of seemed like these guys are playing and getting better before my eyes. So I think a lot of stuff is a testament to them, but also a little bit of OT as well, kind of getting the mindset of like on the court, off the court development.
And also, by you being around pros on a day-in, day-out basis, when you're out here, I'm always curious to see through a scout's eyes or somebody's around pros. Can you tell right off the back? I know some guys, it might take some time.
They're like, he's a pro.
Right? Yeah, but I think some guys, to the naked eye, you can tell, okay, this is a pro. How do you determine that? Is it the movement? Is it the confidence? Is it a mixture of all of these things?
It's a little bit of mixture of everything, but also, one, we value character, and value intel, and also how the guys process information. You can look the part, but like if you can't process the game, coaches ain't gonna trust you to be on the court. Also, too, just kind of the body makeup. Everybody's not an instant pro. Some guys might have a scenic journey. Some guys ain't a surefire lottery pick or walk across that stage. So you just kind of, something you got to monitor, but you got to be able to do one thing great, then, you know, do everything else good, then it's trying to translate.
And obviously, you mentioned Asar. You're with him up there in Detroit. Like, how's he doing? Like, this past couple months have been insane. It looks like one of the, his ceiling is unreal. How's Asar been?
Asar's been good. Like, working hard, staying healthy. Like, same old Asar, just all about the business, all about the court, trying to help us win games, and, taking pride in defense. Like, same old Asar, but getting better every day. So he's been good, though. But also, like, you see Asar doing something in the course, you got to look at, like, let me see what the Houston Rockets got going on. Oh, little brother. Like, not little brother, like, a man's doing this thing, too, though. So it's good, though.
Well, thank you, man. We appreciate you giving us the time. We're going to let you get back to checking out the guys, man. And this is my favorite part about these combines, right? Just not even just the players, but also getting to talk to some of the people that's been in this building, and it's allowed them to go beyond the building and do great things too. It's like not only players go to the NBA here at OTE, even people that work here.
Yeah, bro. I mean, Matt, he was one of the guys that found a lot of our early players here and worked with a lot of them. And to now see him at the NBA level, I think it speaks to, just all the development for people on and off the court. And it's pretty amazing to see that he's with Asar Thompson up in Detroit, because Asar's been doing his thing.
Hey, Samis is dunking so hard he's holding his wrist. Maybe somebody should have told him, dial it down a little bit. Usually you got to worry about everybody going a little too hard. But he might hurt himself out there. He's dunking pretty hard out there.
I think Samis might be MVP of day 2. But we're still early.
And man, this is the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. Let's take an epic look at one of the best finals we ever had, the OTE Finals.
And it all comes down to the last 12 minutes. Will Eli Ellis or Malik Thomas prove that they're the greatest? Easy layup, uncontested.
I've never seen someone score like so effectively.
The last thing you want to do is see them rolling. This is when you start to get worried. Oh, spin move.
Oh, Malik.
The lob.
Yes, sir.
How did he finish that? City Reaper's trying to make a run right now.
I think it should slow down right here. Micah said no.
Get the bucket. Micah Tucker.
We have a tie ball game with 45 seconds left.
My hands are shaking as if I'm in the game.
Yeah, I feel the pressure in the arena.
The crowd is on their feet for the OTE championship.
Eli Ellis.
He crosses over. Step back. 2. Oh, he lost it for the win. Oh! Eli Ellis. The biggest shot in history. He did it.
And welcome back to the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. That was one of the best finals I ever witnessed in this building in my lifetime. That shot will forever go down in OTE history.
Yeah, sometimes I hate Eli, but that was really, really cool. That was really, really great.
Sometimes I hate Eli too, but the guy I always love is my guy D. Wilk, the head of competition here at OTE. Man, you've been here putting in work for a long time. You look around, you see all these scouts, the amazing opportunity for these kids. You was a McDonald's All-American basketball player yourself. And what does it mean to have a platform like this?
I mean, it's amazing. You look around, like you said, the opportunity to be in front of these scouts, that never should get old to you, right? Like, as many opportunities as you can to be in front of these guys, to give them as many chances as possible to evaluate you. you know, help you learn some things about yourself, things that you want to work on. I think it's invaluable, and OTE offers that better than anyone.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you talk to these kids, do any of them come up to you and let them know, like, they nervous? You help them with the nervousness, or you ever give them, like, some pregame talks? Because for a lot of these kids, man, it's like the first time they ever been in a building where you look around and everybody in here, they got a fair shot at changing your life. That's a lot of pressure on some of these kids.
I just tell them to have fun. Like, the rim's still 10 feet, ball still round, court still 94 by 50. I don't care who is in here. So they're not going to forget how to play basketball just because the scouts in the building. So a lot of my conversations with them is honest, you know, to do the things that you're good at. Don't try to come out here. This is the wrong place to do, or the wrong time, rather, to do something that you're not good at or that you haven't been working on. So do the things that got you here, right? Do the things that make you who you are as a player and have fun.
And obviously a lot of coaches, scouts, I'm sure they come to you at different points. Is there a player or two that you feel like you get asked about more? And what are people looking for in those guys?
I think for the most part, there's guys who are unsigned, right? And some of our younger guys. But obviously now with the transfer portal and how crazy that is in college, a lot of times the coaches don't care if they're signed to someone else already. So they might ask for a little bit of feedback on them, or a little information on them. And, you know, obviously we're going to be honest with those guys, but we also try to help our players as much as possible. That's what we're here to do. So I love talking about our guys. I love talking to these coaches about our guys, and I get nervous when they're not asking about our guys. So it's always good.
Looking at a guy like Diamant Blazi, who just dunked the ball 9 times in a row. He came all the way over here from Brazil for this opportunity. He wanted eyes on him. He wanted a fair shot to be able to play high-level basketball. And what does that mean for a guy like him? You've seen, like, the development of him and, you know, the next level for him. What do you think would be a good place for him at the next level?
Well, Diamond, from a content standpoint, puts more eyes on us than we do on him.
Another dunk. Look, that's another dunk.
Yeah, but I think when he's around the paint, catching lobs, rebounding the basketball, you know, setting screens and rolling, he's at his best, right? He's one of the most athletic guys that we have here. He's high energy. He can change a game with his energy. He can be really efficient when he's playing around the paint and keeping the game simple. And I think that's what he's been doing today, and he's looking good doing it.
And as a league for OTE, we just wrapped up season 4. You've been here forever. What are you excited about for the years to come, the seasons to come, as we keep getting bigger and hopefully better?
Growth, man, growth, and just getting more and more personalities in here, getting younger, also getting some older guys. But I'm also looking forward to the day that we have guys, our CEO and our president might hear this, but where we can take guys who aren't ready to go to college yet. We can have guys in here who aren't ready to go to college yet with the changing landscape of it all, and come here and prepare for a year, and then move on to college, right? Like, you know, working with schools to stash guys and hide them and get them better and get them ready for college. Because as you know, college is getting older, you know, and younger guys not getting the opportunities that they used to get now. So, you know, why not come here and use this as a developmental year for you, or the time to get better and stronger and bigger and all of those things and mature. So then when you do get on campus, you're ready.
Obviously, you were a player, but you've also been able to see it in different. You've gotten to see every single angle of this for college athletes. The NIL stuff is obviously something that everyone talks about in the transfer portal as well. Are you, like, now that you see how crazy it is, are you almost happy you didn't have that, or do you wish you had all of the things that are going on?
No, I'm definitely happy for these guys. They deserved it. I think a lot of people that came before them worked really hard to afford them that opportunity. I wish I was born later, especially in this landscape today. But at the same time, you know, it makes things a lot more difficult, and you're exposed a lot more to things. And the good news is they get exposed to the business of basketball a lot sooner than we did, right? And that's always helpful, because at least they're learning their worth. They're learning, you know, the value of money. They're learning the value that people are putting on them from a monetary standpoint. It's a frenzy right now, man. It's crazy. I can't even begin to comprehend what's going on, but I'm having fun learning a lot about it.
Dang, man, we appreciate you as always for joining us, brother. Man, hey, these players are looking amazing.
First take.
I don't know how much time you got a chance to look at that 3v3 on this side.
I didn't get to watch
it. But Diamant Blazi just looked like the most impressive player in the country. He had like 62 points, all twos. He did try to do a little hang cross that got ripped, but other than that, he looked flawless. And this is why I think that these skilled positions, and more like these skilled dividers that we're doing right now, 3-on-3, 2-on-2, 5-on-5, it allows people to see you in a different light because, you know, in a 3v3 setting, you might be able to do some things that you can't do in a 5-on-5, but it's still able to highlight some of your pros. I think he's going to have a big day today. I wouldn't be surprised if his phone is ringing a lot. He's looking good right now.
Yeah, he's one of our unsigned guys, and he's a guy that, like we've talked about a few times now, an international guy who probably hasn't been seen as much as some of the other players. So that's what I'm looking for today. Who's going the hardest? Who's like, I want people to walk out of here, and they're not trying to be too cool. They're not trying to be.
Can't be worried about your aura here.
No. These guys, I mean, Matt Burden from the Pistons said it earlier. He wants to see guys who really care and who have that energy and everything. And we've talked a lot about Malik Thomas being one of those leaders. I think Diamant Blazi is another guy who he doesn't care. He's just going to play as hard as he possibly can. I
want to ask you this. You know, it's a lot of guys, big name guys, but who's the guy that might be flying under the radar that you think probably have a good day out here today?
Ooh, under the radar guys. I mean, I think one guy that we continue to talk about is Styles Clemens, as we have another 7-footer walking towards us right now.
I know, right? Greg, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, sir? How are you?
We was just talking about how everybody is way taller than us, and then they go get Greg Oden. So just want to let you know that's the elephant in the room right now. First off, Greg, you are Ohio State legend. I'm from Ohio. So first off, thank you for putting on for the Ohio State University. But, you know, when you're looking at these kids, man, you see this opportunity for them to play in front of all these GMs, all these scouts. You know, what does that mean, you know, coming up, and how big of an opportunity is that for some of these guys?
I don't know what it means to them, but I know the opportunity that they have is amazing. Just to be put in front of all these people here at this age and at this point in their careers is something special. I hope they take advantage of it. I know a couple of them was a little bit nervous to start, but, you know, that's all part of the process, you know. As long as you get out there, you have fun, and you try as hard as you possibly can in front of these people, that's all that matters.
And obviously you were a big man, so I'm sure you watch the big guys a little bit more. What are you looking for in like a high school age big man to as I see Diamond? I like that. I like when people come and say hello. What are you kind of looking for from the big men to see what they have?
Well, it's funny because he came up here and said hi. Something like him, a person that's going to be out here, that's going to be talking, that's going to be trying to go for every rebound, that's going to be running hard. You know, there's things that you can't really teach, and that's just the effort plays and the little things. And I think somebody like him that does those, when you're out here, that, you know, everybody can shoot, everybody can pass, everybody's been putting in the work since they were young kids, but doing the little things that you can't teach, are you going to do that out here in front of everybody? And that's what I'm looking for.
I got a big question I want to ask you, right? You see how things change in the college basketball, or just college in general with the portal. When people are looking for, you know, guys in their program, do you think they go into it looking for a guy that's going to stick around for 4 years? Or do they just want a guy that's going to give their best to the program for however long they choose?
Well, as of right now, in 2025, they are looking for guys that they can get for 9 months. You know, you would like to find guys that you can see staying at a university for 4 years, but, you know, at this point, you got to find a kid that's looking to get his degree, you know, not just looking to come in and get some money and get out. So, you know, those type of kids, you know, there are very few of them that you can spot out, but there are some out here.
Absolutely, and you know, last question for you. I mentioned the big man earlier. I want to come back to them real quick. Basketball's kind of changed. You see more big men who shoot, and it seems like sometimes they almost care more about if they can shoot the three. Like, what's your stance on that? Because you were more of a traditional big man when you were playing. Like, do you think that every big man has to be able to shoot, or do you think there still is a place for bigs who can, you know, be more traditional?
Well, I think the game nowadays, you have to be able to shoot. I don't care what size you are. I think a lot of the bigs put a lot more emphasis on shooting, but the type of guys I see, they're just better basketball players. You know, you got the KDs, you got the Jokers, and you got Embiid. You know, those guys are 7'1" guys who can shoot, dribble, do everything, you know. But they're also going to take you down in the post and shoot over you and use their natural ability. So that's what I think the bigs should do. They should go down the post a little bit more, but I'm a little bit biased. But, you know, those guys who can shoot and dribble and handle, I mean, do that. That makes you just a better player.
Absolutely, Greg. We appreciate you for taking the time. We're going to let you go back and look at the guys, man. We spoke his name earlier. Nah, he's with us, the Pittsburgh native, McDonald's All-American, my guy Malik Thomas. Any nerves out here today? I know you're not competing in the 3-on-3s and 5v5s, but you did get some skill work in. We already know where you're going, right? But any nervousness? There's a lot of people in the building.
I wouldn't say any nervousness for real. A little bit anxious, but I'd be anxious just to get started, just to get going. So I was a little anxious getting into it. Then we started. I had a great performance outfield, just making shots, doing everything as a pro would, and just getting through it for sure.
You talked about the pro stuff. There's NBA guys here. You know where you're going to college. What are you trying to show the pro scouts? Or is that what you're really thinking about? Like, I really want to show guys I could be a pro in a couple of years.
I just really want to show the pros, like you said, that I'm going to be a pro soon. Consistency, stand on top of. They want to come see you. If not, do the same. Like, they want to come see you do good, and they want to come see you just keep getting better and better every time they see you. So just consistency, getting better, and making sure that they leave the building impressed after every time they watch me.
Speaking of a pro, I seen you over there talking to Wesley Matthews, who's a pro. I mean, got it out the mud, undrafted out of Marquette, but made a very long career. Anything that y'all talk about specifically?
A lot really positional for me. So we talk about a lot of PG stuff, how to get everybody involved, and just like don't lose that killer mentality that I got. Don't lose the leadership that I got. Don't lose the things that I bring to the game just because a lot of people see what I do. And a lot of people see what I do for the right reasons and how my energy comes off. So what I got, just don't lose it. That's what we're talking about.
And now it's been, a month or so since the OTE season ended. And you are wrapping up really like one of the best single years we've ever had here at OTE. Looking back now that you had some time to think about it, like, how great was the OTE season? Obviously, it didn't end the way you wanted to, but how much did you learn? How much better did you feel like you got?
Yeah, like you said, like, how great was the season? I tell everybody, OTE was the best thing for me this year. It did everything I needed, whether it was for conditioning, like weight training, just mentally, it really got me ready for the next level just because you got to get out your comfort zone. And that's what I really did coming to Atlanta. OTE got out my comfort zone, taught me so much just with basketball off the court, met the right people, got the right connections, and
Well, Leak, we appreciate you for taking some time with us. Good luck, man. Arkansas Razorbacks got a special one. They got a dog headed that way out there in Fayetteville, man. Leak is very special.
That's the last game. Let's give everything.
You three are in the start. Have you and Mike in the start? You're with whatever big.
Battle of the bigs in this one.
This is the last game of threes, and then we have fives afterwards. I'll be on the other side.
I'm not starting team, so like it's something different.
Yeah, sure, ball. That's fine. We'll be on defense anyway, son. We'd rather be on defense anyhow. We'd rather get stops. Stay at the nail. I ain't worried about this.
Hey, Bogo's
He's going to try to play drives. Get up. Jam his left hand. Jam his left. Get up, Diamond. Now get off. Jam his left. Going left. Going left. Good hit, Lincoln. Ball. Good hit, Lincoln. Talk your way through. Cash out, kid. Cash out, kid. Good shot. Screen away. Good bucket. Ball. Screen away. Rescreen it. Find you easies. Land it. Come on. Ball's that way, L. Oh, just get through that.
You gotta give him more time, though.
Keep finding you easies, Landon. Keep finding easies. Open catch and shoots, layups. Come on, son. Put that thing to the rooftop for him. Switch it, that's fine. Short close, good. You're there, it's yours, play. Good, Diamond. Shorts, keys, put it wherever. Get more off-ball cuts.
And then just make the right read. That wasn't a very good read.
Play! He ain't called nothing. Ball. Shoot it.
2-0.
Good cash, Maury. Good Brad.
Get it.
Ian, play.
3-0.
Shoot! Hell, we late for. Patrick. You want big dog? Ball. Keep guarding like you have. Let that be what you hang your hat on. Same thing we talked last week. It's not the points that come. How does stuff look and feel? Does it look like you're playing with energy? Does it look like you're attacking closeouts? Does it look like you're guarding with intensity? Or am I just here and waiting for a scoreboard to look a certain way? I know you want to win. I know that.
And now we are joined by head coach of the City Reapers, one of my favorite coaches in the building. My guy, Coach Doug. You know, Coach Doug, you've seen NBA players, you coach for the NBA G League, and now you're here at OTE. You know, being around this type of talent at a young age, what has OTE allowed you to see with some of the younger talent coming up?
I think the biggest thing for me is the behind-the-scenes stuff of what these guys have to go through every day. You know, as much as I love OTE, I always tell people it ain't for everybody. And we have some frustrating moments out of the guys here, you know, at times. But if you really, really love basketball and this is your dream and your passion, I can't imagine a better place in the world to come and try to be the best basketball player you can possibly be.
Have you gotten over losing in the OT finals?
Oh, that's crazy. Come on, man.
You doing that already?
Come on, man.
I want to check in as a friend.
I will say this, though.
Have you watched Eli's shot back?
I'm going to look around, and I think I'm the only person here who has won the OT finals.
Amari.
Coach.
Yes, you are. Have you watched the shot back?
About 75 times, and he's made it all 75 times.
Yes, he did make it, but he's gone. So
if you watch it in reverse, he missed bad. He gonna miss bad. Hey, my uncle told me he watches wedding in reverse to see him take the ring off the finger. So shout out to my uncle wherever you at. I'm just trying to give game to one of my guys. Hey, Coach Doug, I think your relationship with the players is amazing. When you look at guys like Malik and Amari, you and Amari specifically, you had him for 2 years. I mean, y'all are like this. The confidence in the life that you speak into Amari Evans, how special is that relationship? And I know you said he's going to be leaving, man.
No, for sure. You know what? I think for me, all those situations have to be organic. Like, you can fool, 3 things you can't fool is children, dogs, and basketball players. If you're genuine with a basketball player, they're going to gravitate to you. If they accept harsh criticism, and I think if you ask any kid in here who's the harshest critic of all of them, it'd be me. And that's the role I fulfill, and you embrace that, the relationship is more organic. If you fight it, then, you know, it's going to be whatever you put into it. So, I still haven't come to grips that Amari won't be here next year. It's going to be really tough for me. And I probably won't truly accept it until like September.
Yep.
When the new crowd come in here and I look around and be like, no, Amari's here. So that may be the day I cry about it.
There you go. We also talked about Malik, who obviously you got the coach on the Reapers. A lot of pro scouts here checking him out. We know where he's going to college. But of course, his goal is to make it to the NBA. What do you think he has to keep doing, showing scouts, showing people, and improving on to hopefully get to that level?
You know, I think the biggest thing for Malik and the things I've been talking to him about is the non-basketball stuff. You know, the basketball stuff, 1 year, he got to get more explosive. He has to kind of harness his shot selection a little bit. But it's the non-basketball stuff that he and I have been talking about. Being where you're supposed to be on time. Saying please and thank you to people that's giving themselves to you. I don't know if you guys noticed or the camera noticed, when the skills part was out, Malik walked around and shook every person's. Malik shook hands with the people keeping the score.
Let's game.
So those things are going to be the things that benefit. And I sat next to an NBA scout and said,
nice job.
if Malik's name comes up and we need somebody that's 8, 9, 10, we're going to take that kid because we're going to trust who he is. So, I mean, he's the few things he got to tone in basketball, he'll do that at Arkansas, but who he is genuinely, it's going to get him indoors that a lot of guys are going to get into.
Absolutely, Coach. We appreciate you taking the time. And just remember, hey, no league, no Mario. My 10 minutes looking good right now, baby. That 10 minutes you promised me about 3 seasons ago. And so
I'll be back.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, man. Hey, Coach has promised me a 10-minute contract. I asked for a 10-day. He said 10 minutes. So I'm just taking what I can at this point.
Look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Hey,
I just want to be realistic.
Come on, man. Hey, you know what? You're probably right, man.
Yeah, you know, maybe we start a new team, add a new group.
Instead of the cold hearts, it's like the old farts with like me and a lot of other old guys trying to, bring the dream back. You can be the point guard, Tom.
I'm good. I'm good.
Take
Mustafa James.
Now we got 2 ball screens.
Who do you want? You want Kai Rogers? You need a, or you have
That's fine. Diamond,
big, or you want
Diamond was cut.
You got Styles, Micah.
Shine bright like a. T.
Whoa, my knee was right up there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, so because we're our group, is there anything that you guys want to get to of our stuff? You guys just want to.
I need to play on Wall Street. You know he's going to be a
That's how you feel? I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Who play when we play?
Next. Yeah, we play next. Dang.
Go, baby.
Are we playing with our team?
Yes. Playing with our team.
Hey, you playing fives? All right, just making sure. I know you.
Kick some ass. Come on.
Oh. Hey, I'm the
point guard today.
Just everybody be careful about what you say, okay? I'm just mic check 1 2 1 2. Say hello.
Hello, guys. It's Matthew right here.
Not the full name. Not the full name.
Matthew. You don't like your name? It's different.
The only people that call me that are my parents.
Matthew.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm
What's your last name?
I feel like I'm in trouble right now.
What's your last name?
Floyd.
Floyd?
Floyd.
Floyd. Matthew Floyd.
That's great.
I feel like I'm about to get grounded.
What's your last name?
Oh, Damien High.
Hey, I spent during one of the workouts, I spent 3 minutes trying to move out of the way of the camera before I realized they were following me. Like, why do you keep moving? Why does it keep moving towards me? And I was like, oh, that's why.
This is a mess, man.
And welcome back, guys, to the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. Man, Thomas, we look around and see all these college and NBA scouts in the building. It is a staggering 71 scouts, coaches in attendance. I mean, from Damien Stoudemire to Greg Oden to Wesley Matthews and so many more. The benefits of playing for a program like OTE, I mean, we say it all the time, and I know a lot of people might think we biased, but even if you hear the players, you're not going to get an opportunity like this. You know, we were joking before the Combine. It's more scouts here than I had teachers at my high school, man. And if you actually play well, it is a life-changing opportunity for you to play big-time basketball. And I know we keep going at a guy like Diamond, but when you come from a place like France or you Samis, and you come from a place like Brazil, the ultimate dream is to be seen and to play basketball at the highest level. They decided to come here. They trusted us. And in return, here you are, right? This is your opportunity. Make of it what you will, but you have the opportunity.
Absolutely. And, for these guys, they're going to get to play AAU. Some college coaches will be able to see them, but to have, all right, there's 15, 20 players here, and you get to play in front of all these people, be the focus. The more that they can be seen by these guys, the better. So, you're not getting this really at any other high school in America. So it's definitely a big thing for them.
And as you mentioned, even if they do get seen, AAU, it's all about relationship. So now you can be the guy. I seen them at OTE Combine and AAU. Right. So they get a bigger sample size.
And this is before AAU really starts. So they're going to get to watch it now, and then they go and they see a guy at an Adidas circuit, and they're like, oh, I saw him earlier. As we're checking out the 5v5 rules right now, we're about to have these guys who already did skill work, already played 3v3. Now we're going to get to see them play 5v5. They're all split up into different teams. They'll be competing against each other. And I'm expecting the competitiveness now because they've all been cheering each other on. It's been very friendly so far. And now when you go 5-on-5, you get to really see these guys get after each other.
And what I like about what we did today was not only did we split people up for skill groups, but we also put them in a lot of different situations. So let's say a guy who might be able to run a pick and roll and just might be able to take advantage of mismatches, you see him in a 3v3 setting. Then for guys who might be great in the transition, now you see him in a 5v5 setting. I feel like the workouts and the different ways that we got these guys in groups, we are trying our best to highlight everybody's best asset. If you're a half-court guy, here's your opportunity. If you're a guy that can make things happen in transition, a great decision maker, somebody that can speed up tempo, here's your opportunity. So, I mean, a lot is going on right now, but I feel like these guys have been killing it. You know, the last few years, I can see the nerves. This year, I don't think it's that bad, man. I think these guys are stepping up.
They're pretty comfortable. I mean, you have some of the older guys like Malik and Amari who have been here, done this before. And I think the younger guys have seen that their confidence and they feel pretty good about it. One player that I'm excited to watch right now, and we're seeing him right now, is Jasper Johnson, who obviously has had an incredible high school career, getting ready to play in college. I feel like in these settings, when it's 5v5, he really stands out because of his skill. Like, his skill is kind of on another level, whether it be his handle, whether it be his shooting, his playmaking. I always find that when it's 5v5 situations, he's able to, if you don't even know who he is, he stands out right away.
Well, two guys that I'm looking forward to watching, one is 24 and black, Parker Robinson.
Yes.
His growth and development has been insane. The fact that we haven't even mentioned his name, I'm ashamed, because this guy has been amazing. The first year he came in, he was a catch and shoot guy. This second year, he's been able to elevate his game to something like an Austin Reeves. He can create his own shot, he can get to the basket, and he's got extremely stronger. He came in very skinny and scrawny. Look at this guy now. Got the shoulders, biceps, he has the NBA body, and more importantly, you know, the ANGT did amazing things with Parker Robinson. He dominated over there in Germany. That confidence came back to OTE, and now we're about to see a final form version of Parker Robinson. I'm looking forward to seeing him, and as well, Cole Granderson, the big wing out of Montclair, New Jersey. He was huge for the City Reapers down the stretch when Malik couldn't get a bucket, and whenever Amari couldn't get a bucket, it was always Cole Granderson coming up making NBA plays, and there he goes right there on the layup.
Yeah, Cole's going to be someone who, like, can he make the jump that Amari made, right? Amari as a junior was a really strong player. As Lincoln gets the rack, just misses there. But Amari made a big jump from year 1 to year 2. I think Cole Granderson could be another player who comes back next year and is an all-OTE candidate.
See Parker Robinson up top, back to Lincoln, and he knocks it down. And I'm happy to see Lincoln knock that down because I know he wanted to play on the wing a lot more. Unfortunately, RWE was so stacked at that guard position, he really didn't have the reps, but you can tell he's trying to make his way out there to that perimeter to, you know, switch up his offense a little bit.
And Styles Clemens makes the midi, which is crazy because yesterday in day 1 of the Combine, he went 26 of 30 from the mid-range and now hits his first shot here. He's definitely been someone who's been super impressive. You mentioned it earlier, he joined the City Reapers halfway through the season. Him getting a whole off season in OTE, I'm excited to see what he can look like next year.
Man, he could be an NFL player. He could be an NBA player. He could be...
He told me he wants to be a model.
He could do it all. There's no wrong. There's no wrong with that guy right there. I mean, he's just an athletic, top-tier athlete right there. We got a close game, 3-7. I miss being in OT Arena calling these games, man. It's glad to see all the guys back together.
I know, it's been a minute.
Too long for me.
We essentially have an RWE team out here in black. It's all RWE guys.
And Cole Kerouac is another guy who I felt like during the second half of the season.
RWE versus City Reapers right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is.
Yeah, kind of cheating here. And we're joined by my guy, Samis Calderon.
Yo.
Hey, Samis, man. You know, I was watching you in some of the drills. You was dunking so hard, your wrist was hurting, man. I seen you over there holding your wrist.
He's got a hard.
I seen it. You know, I'm not a dunker, but I know one when I see one. I mean, you go hard each and every time we go through these. This is your second time going through these drills. I mean, you know, talk about the opportunity and what you're trying to prove out here to these scouts.
So I think first is the best time of the season. Like, not the best time, but that time make me like go to Kansas.
Yep.
Like, I could show everything to everybody, the scouts of the NBA, college, everything. So people just have to take advantage of this moment. So I think it's the best time.
And, you know, the evolution of your game has been amazing. You know, when you came here to the league, you know, in America, nobody knew who you was at first. 2 years later, you're one of the most talked about, one of the most wanted players in the country. You had options to go anywhere as we look at this crazy windmill dunk right here. Hey, you was getting after it, but you could have went anywhere you wanted. You landed at Kansas. You know, how has OTE helped you become on the map, get your name out there, and help you become the player you want to be?
So overtime is amazing because it's the league has more followers. Like, everybody come here to watch something. Also, if it's just for fun or something, you're gonna be knowing, you know. So just be here helped me a lot to be knowing everywhere. So just say, like, if you do your thing, you're gonna be known. If you stay here, you're gonna be known, but you have to do something.
And now as you get ready for college, obviously you're gonna head to Kansas. What's the biggest thing you're working on this off season before you step on campus?
So I'm working on, like, James, the trainer, he's helping me, like, develop my strength, get more body, be more physical. So it's because you got to step to another level when you go to college. So it gets more difficult. So I'm working on that.
And obviously you came in as an international player. We've had different guys come through OTE. What's advice you give to guys who are coming from not from America and being able to come here and play basketball here?
Just take advantage, because the thing's going to come through.
And, you know, when you think of your game, who do you think you mirror your game after? Is anybody in the NBA or anybody even back in Brazil that you can say, I kind of see myself playing like this guy?
The NBA, I would say Mikal Bridges.
I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Mikal, why Mikal? What do you see?
Because, so first when he was in Phoenix, he was like a 3-and-D guy. He was making all the shots and playing defense, so it was the best things I can do. But I know I can do more than that, but that's the main thing. Like, you gotta know your role. So
absolutely. Anybody out here surprise you today, Samis? We looking at all these guys play. You seen all these guys in the drills. Who out here you looking like, man, he really came out here to play today?
Yeah. So I think Diamond, he did it.
He's crazy.
Everybody knows Diamond, so the 3-on-3 drill is the best thing for him because he has a lot of space just to get the lob, so it's easier for him. And he did pretty well.
Is he who you're closest with here? Is he the player you're closest with, like as a friend?
Yeah, him and Wei, but Wei's not here.
Right.
He's in China right now, but we live together too, so.
Speaking of oops, you see Cole Kirak with that lob. That was the whole second half of the season.
Yes.
Cole Kirak. I feel like Coach Doug and the Reapers realized that, oh, this guy can catch dunks in the second half of the season, and just spammed it for like 12 games straight. Yeah, like
we have a blowout right now.
Yeah, we do.
The Reapers are killing RWE.
Yeah, man, it's not looking good. You would have thought Fear Guy was out here.
See, Bartlett just looked at me unhappy.
Hey, T, man, y'all down 14-3, man. Hey,
we gotta get you in the game.
Yeah, they need you in the game, baby. Amari Evans for 3, T1 up. Can't go. Romelo.
Knock that down, Melo.
Oh. And Team 2 just needs some help out there. Somebody got to get a bucket. And that's my guy, man, Cole Granderson. I think Cole will be a very, very good college player. He has a college game, you know what I'm saying? He's very tough-nosed. He's going to play 94 feet, and he's going to knock down open shots. But more importantly, he kind of got like that Josh Hart game to the point where he's going to get offensive rebounds. He's very pesky. You hate to go against him, but you love to have him on your team. You got any stories going up against him, Samis?
Nah, but every time that he pump fake, somebody jump.
Yeah, very sellable.
Also, man, like, you never know when he's going to shoot, for real. Like, it's hard to play defense on that, but I think he's nice.
Yeah. He's definitely nice. He might have one of the best pump fakes. Davis, for some reason, compares him to Jason Tatum, and I don't like it because I don't see Jason Tatum. However, the pump fake, they get the same results, though. Samis, man, thank you for joining us. We're going to let you get back with your guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for having us, man. But let's take a listen to Coach C. False. What do you got to say with the guys?
Thinking on this end, but I think probably the other thing is we're running selfishly, too, defensively and offensively. So, like, I know right now that you're probably going to be the last to get back, which we probably get. You need to be the hardest crasher. You need to figure out somebody else's crash. The shot goes up, and it looks like a whole lot of, like, damn, why did I not get a shot? Well, because cats ain't played together for a month. But hopefully how you move and how the ball moves creates something for you guys. Like, I'm not going to draw sets. Pat's over here calling, they're going to blitz, they're going to whatever. We have what we're doing, but, like, play together. I know, like, the conditions are getting the best of us right now. I'm seeing these guys that jog up the floor. You got to empty your tank right now for this. Show yourself for something. If we told you we flew back to Boston, we flew back to Cincinnati right now, and said we were going to put 25 NBA teams on the court in front of you, how would you respond? Because that's what's here right now. Go respond and perform like that. Okay? Play for something that's more than just you. Come on. Come on. We're going to work on 3. 1, 2, 3. We go. He's got
Man,
you.
if Coach Foss ever want to stop coaching and become a motivational speaker, I definitely sign up for a class. I mean, basically telling the kids, hey, if I told you you had an opportunity to play in front of all these scouts and GMs, how would you play? Well, here we are. Let's see how they respond down 6-17. You can only imagine the nerves out here, though, Tom. I'm sure a lot of these guys, they're missing a lot of shots they usually make.
Yeah, and also, like, once it starts to not go well, you press a little bit, right? And I think that only gets heightened here as we see Pat Odie, who never misses.
He's never airball.
A lot of these guys are also, we talked about it a little bit, they've had a really busy few weeks. Some of them just started AAU this past weekend. We talked about, like, Jasper and Malik, guys who have played in All-American games recently. So as hard as they're working, they're also traveling a lot right now. So I know that they want to put their best foot forward and do different things, and I think Coach Foss is trying to get the best out of his guys.
Absolutely, man. We got Cole Granderson back at the line, always finding a way to impact the game. Even on games where he played for City Reapers this season, he was like 3 for 16, which is crazy. He'll still have 20 points. He'll find a way that those 3 will be threes, and he'll get to the cup, and he's a great player, man. I love Cole Granderson, bro.
I'm really, really curious what the summer looks like for Cole.
Yes.
Because I think he can make his name known. Having this past year, you know, playing behind Malik and Amari a little bit, now getting to go out there and play with guys his own age and really do his thing. I think he could have one of the biggest summers, like, in the country coming out of OTE.
Who do you think can benefit the most from this pro day? I mean, so many players we have here as we see Cole Granderson on screen, but who do you think can benefit the most from an opportunity as big as this?
I feel like hearing some guy, like, talking about Diamond a lot has been cool. Like, I always am interested if the energy is going to translate to guys who don't know you. So, like, scouts who maybe haven't seen you, like, my hope is that it, like, kind of wakes people up and get people to see him. So I think that's one. I think the hard thing for the guards right now is there's just a lot of them. Right? We have a lot of good guards here. So for one person to show out, as we see Parker Robinson, I want to see a dunk from Parker, who had the highlight of the year earlier this year. And we know that he has, one of the highest verts here at OTE, tested real well yesterday again. But I think it's hard for the guards just because there's so many good ones.
It's a lot of good guards, but I actually had a question because I already have my answer. And my answer was Diamant Blazi. Reason because, as you mentioned, no AAU for Diamond, came from overseas, right? Come from France. And on top of that, the season for the cohorts did not go as planned, right? So you can't really look at the game tape because he didn't play as much as he should, in my opinion. So you get a guy like that in front of all these people, they see what you're capable of. I said this earlier, his phone will be ringing. I'm telling you, somebody seeing what he was able to do, even on buckets he didn't make, the block shots, the energy. During the playoffs, me and you was basically begging for him to get in the game, man, because he had an immediate impact some way, somehow.
Yeah, if you're a college coach or even a pro guy looking at someone who, no matter the situation, no matter what's going on, he's going to be one of the hardest playing guys out there. And, even if it's not maybe not a starter, but as a guy who comes off the bench, you're looking for energy and someone that's going to play defense. You know you're going to get that out of Diamond every time.
And a guy that, whether this is a drill, whether it's a practice, Amari Evans, he's going to give you everything he got. He's a proud University of Tennessee guy, too. He got his favorite Don Issue 5s on, the Tennessee limited edition custom. He wear those every. I wouldn't be surprised if Amari wore those to sleep. Like that is just how much he loved these shoes, bro. Just to let you know, Donovan Mitchell on like 3 other new designs, and he still will only wear this one. I mean, this guy's special. 15 points, and this is coming from the defensive player of the year. One of my favorite things to talk about when people talk about this league at OTE, Eli Ellis comes to mind. Is he as good as everybody say he is, or is he really that good? I love to say this is the best high school basketball in the country. The people that he's scoring 50 on are going to Duke, they're going to Kentucky, they're going to Kansas, and they're going to the NBA. Yes, he's good. I say that because Amari Evans' job is to stop everybody who's the best player on the team.
Sean Abayev, Eli Ellis,
These are McDonald's All-Americans, and he's guarding on a day in, day out. And by the way, here's 15.
Yeah.
It's 40% shooting.
You know what? This is just like a 5v5 game, like a scrimmage. I guarantee you he is focused on winning.
Oh, 100%.
He's like, yeah, we're up 22-10.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to win, man, at all costs. He's a winner. And, you know, intangibles, you know what's funny? Me and you just been talking about who's making shots, missing shots. Every player, coach, every scout that we've talked to, they've been talking about intangibles more than about skill.
Yep.
Don't you find that kind of funny how we fantasize over who's making and missing shots, but they're just like, hey, he's a good person. You know what I'm saying? He talked to everybody.
Yeah, I think their whole thing is like everyone's good at basketball who's here, right? Like they all have the skills, they all have the talent, the athleticism. So now it's like who has those little things, because not every person here can be a superstar at the next level. So a lot of times they're looking for really good role players, guys who know how to win. And I hear Coach Doug Martin talk about that all the time. He's always like, 6 man's making $50 million in the NBA.
True,
that's a good life. So like, can you find a way to be the best rebounder, the guy who gets the most steals, the guy who is the best leader? Like those are the guys that are, you know, we could be sending from OT, and we've had some of them. You see Jalen Martin, Jazion Gortman, guys who they're not going to be superstar players in the NBA. Don Barlow signed his NBA contract with the Hawks. But they're guys who do the right thing and have built their careers where now they're going to be in the NBA for a long time.
Man, you hit it right on the nose, Tom. When you think about the business of basketball, and a lot of these kids' dreams to go to the NBA, it's 30 teams. Out of those 30 teams, they only need 1 to 2 guys max to take 20 shots a game and be that guy. Other than that, the other 15 to 13 players, your job is to do something great. You have a specific job title to do. And I think that that's what a lot of these young guys don't know. Everybody wants to be the guy to kind of come in and shoot 20 shots a game. But realistically, I mean, you know, it's not really that realistic.
See a nice pick and roll there. Parker comes off it. See with a little head fake. I feel like that's impressive to scouts. To see Parker, who has the decision making, can come off pick and roll, which obviously at the next level becomes more and more important. And then T, showing athleticism, like doesn't just have to like throw his body in the air and shoot it.
And T. Bartlett, I mean, that's another big guy we haven't talked enough about. I mean, T. Bartlett came in, you know, with the ideology of coming in, getting in shape, right, being able to show that, you know, he can take on that next role at the college level, and he will be doing that, right? Mississippi State is going to love this guy, and coming into the season, you know, Coach compared him to DeMarcus Cousins just because how many facets he had to his game. He's a great passer.
He's a really good passer.
He's a really good passer. I don't think they showed that skill enough during the season, but hopefully Mississippi State can get that out of him. But his passing ability is great, and I don't know how many threes he took. I probably can count on one hand. He can shoot.
Made him.
He can shoot, man. Like he's a very well-rounded big.
And he was playing on a team with so many good players. Yeah. Taylon Kinney, Jasper Johnson. We honestly should talk about TK in a minute. But with so many good guys, for him to still average 9 points, and honestly in that playoff series against Fear of God, even though they lost and didn't advance, he actually was playing as well as we've seen him play, rebounding the ball and shooting. As we see Cole Grandison knock down another shot. No Taylon Kinney here today. Yep. No TK. Got injured over the weekend playing AAU. He's okay, though, which is great news. But obviously, he's someone that we wanted to see, but he's going to have a massive summer no matter what.
Massive summer for a massive talent. He's been playing amazing. One of the most consistent players I've ever seen in my life at the high school level. 3-level scorer. Was almost a 50, 40, 90 guy. Yep. The ability that he has to not only create, but score the ball. I mean, he's good as they come, man.
I think he's the best junior in OTE.
I think he's the best junior. He could be the best junior in the country, man. Yep. Hey, look, numbers, they could fool you. They say numbers don't lie. I don't believe that, Tom, because the rankings are not always true. How many guys do we see that's #1 overall picks in the NBA actually pan out?
Right.
It's not a lot. It's always that guy that was like lottery, maybe 6, 7, 8. They become the guys, right?
I see what you did there.
Taylor Kinney, yeah, no. But Taylor Kinney can easily be the best junior in the country. I'm a little biased, man. I love my guy. And another guy, if we was to go on the list of who this combine can work the most for, Diamant Blazi was one, but 2 is Cole Grandison, right? Because he's a little older, right? Didn't really have too much exposure, and he wasn't a high school name either, or a household name, but a big performance from him, he can get a big-time school because, like I say, he looks like a good college player.
He's definitely be a good college player, and we're seeing a couple great plays from Amari Evans here. who we know is going to be a top defender anywhere he goes. The question is always going to be, can he knock that shot down, that corner three? And he's worked so hard on it. So it's good to see him pay off. He is such a ginormous human. I can't say it enough.
You know, let's talk about this. The SEC.
Getting all of our guys.
I mean, bro. The SEC is so stacked. You see UGA there, our guy Kenny
Santo's there.
Catches
It's Cannon
just
there,
transferred over to play with Santo. So we got 2 OTE alumni there. I mean, bro, we got Amari Evans headed to the SEC. Malik Thomas, he's headed to the SEC.
Carter's still there.
Carter's still in the SEC. I mean, Jasper's going to the SEC. It used to be the football capital, but now it's like sports capital of college football and basketball. It's getting insane as we get down to the end of the quarter. And that's just a beatdown right there by Team 1.
Yeah, Team 1, a.k.a. the City Reapers, comes in and smacks Team 2, a.k.a. RWE. But we saw a lot of good things from both teams and a lot of great plays from all the players. And now we'll get another 5-on-5 game going in just a couple minutes. Looks like the RWE team will be heading off the court.
Because it literally is the whole RWE team. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the game here, Tom. Some of the things that we've seen at the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. See the big man getting involved, Tom?
I like that. You know, they were able to finish inside. They looked really strong the whole entire time. And then, you know, of course, you got Lincoln Cosby, who hit a big three there. Obviously, guys are excited to see him. And I thought Micah Tucker, he had, I think, 2 or 3 threes there. His shooting is probably the thing that people talk about the most. He was able to knock down a few shots.
Man.
Yep.
You know that SpongeBob scene where I ate a bowl of nails for breakfast without any milk? Like
Yeah.
That's
Micah Tucker.
That's Micah Tucker. That should be his bio. Bowl of nails for breakfast, no milk, tough as they come, without a doubt. As we see these guys get geared up, ready to play.
Like three threes mean some great games. Nothing. Picked up some tired point guard.
Wait, which shirt? This one? J-Mo, you're going to be handling, but Marcus, you can handle too, okay? If he starts with it. Hey, here's first play right here. So J-Mo will start with it. Kai, you'll be right there. Sauce, start here. Asher, you're going to be there. And then Marcus, just start right here, like in the short corner, all right? We're going to go quick. Okay, touch. So Saw, you're coming to get it. If they blow that up, just 55 it. Okay, everybody good with that? It's J-Mo, okay? Hit him if you can, chase it, DHO. Kai's gonna turn around. We're turning the corner on that, okay? Right before, like as he's getting this handoff, Marcus, start taking off. Asher, you're gonna step in. Marcus is out to the corner. Turn this, J-Mo. You got options all over the floor, right? You got Kai rolling right here. You got the throwback, or you got what's right in front of you. Does that make sense? Everybody good with that?
Or he got 60.
Okay.
So we're going.
This is just the first play, and then we're just playing out of all the stuff we've done all year.
Hey, Jim, we can
All right.
alternate whenever we get time.
You guys good? All right.
And we're back. The OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. As we mentioned, there's over 71 scouts, coaches in the building, but none bigger than the guy we sit with right now. Georgia Tech's own Coach Stoudemire, Damien Stoudemire, in the building. Hey, Coach, we appreciate you for taking the time. But as we mentioned, a lot of your guys are out here getting after it. But, you know, what do you think about the talent and the opportunity for these kids?
Great opportunity. I wish I had this platform when I was a kid. You know what I mean? You know, right now they're just going through, you know, for them to get the 5-on-5 in front of the scouts and everything, we just, you know, it just wasn't at our disposal when I was growing up. But it's a great platform. And I know it's exciting for these boys to be out here running up and down.
And you're obviously right next door at Georgia Tech. You've been able to see this for a few years now. You know, what's the main thing as a scout, as a recruiter, as a coach that you're looking at players where you're like, oh, that's a kid that I could see working for my program?
The only thing I'm looking for is if you're running both ends, to be honest with you. You know, do you have a concept of what you're doing, you know, with your team schematically on both sides of the ball? But that's really all I'm looking for. Are you in the right places on the floor? Because your trick might not be scoring. Your trick could be defending. Your trick could be rebounding. But the biggest thing is if you know what you're doing, if you're talking, if you're vocal, those are things that are key for me.
Speaking of guys that can defend, you have one of our alums over there defending great. Jaden Mustaf has been playing great for Georgia Tech. He came in and kind of just climbed his way, put in the work, and now he's in the star lineup for you. Talk about his progression and what you've seen from him.
Jaden has been great. He's been off and on injured, so that stunted just his growth a little bit. But the biggest thing is we had injuries, so with everyone else. So when he did get back, we had to put him right in the fire. And I look forward to Jaden having a bigger role. Being more of a playmaker, being able to score the ball, being able to make reads, and being a top-notch defender. I think he has the ability to be one of the best two-way players in the country.
There you go. And Jay Muzov played for the City Reapers when he was here at OTE. Cole Kirouac, the 7-footer, also played for the City Reapers. He'll be coming to Georgia Tech next year, already signed to your team. What have you seen from him today? And what can you tell us about Cole that you've gotten to learn about him over the last couple of years?
Well, I just think he's evolving as a player. Every time I see him, he gets better. The biggest thing for him is going to be strength. I think that he has a great feel for the game. He has the fundamentals to go with that. And I'm excited about him with us next year.
And one of my favorite players that's headed to you next year actually led the entire league in three-point percentage. Marcus Gillespie, when he catches fire, it's a show. It's a show. But, man, it's so many great players out here. Going in and looking at all the talent we have, what I find that's funny is all the guys that played the basketball at the highest level, we never hear you guys talk about making baskets. It's always about the small things. Right. Who's talking, right? Like who's actually communicating, who's playing aggressive. It's never about missing or making shots. I find that funny. Why is it not? Is that too much? Is that looked at a little bit too much? Or do you know the guys are nervous out here?
So I think the biggest thing is, like I said, that might not be someone's trick. And so I think that more than ever in 2025, if you have ability to make the right play, you get equity for that. If you make the right pass, you get equity for that. If you're in the right position defensively, you get equity for that, because you have to look at guys and the maturity of each player, because each player has a different maturity and how they'll fit in your scheme. And I think that guys that have played the game, you see it differently. So you got to have a feel, you got to have an IQ, because back in the day, like, that was a must to get on the floor. But now guys are coming in and they have an expectation for themselves, so you have to speed them up in a lot of regards. So if you see the little things that I just talked about, then it just helps them when they walk through the door.
And obviously you've gotten a couple of OTE guys in through Georgia Tech, and you've been here a lot. Is there what do you think is the biggest difference from the guys who got to go through OTE versus maybe their local public high school? Is there a difference in what they're able to get through here than maybe they're not able to get at other places?
Well, I think that using Jaden as an example, he has a maturity. I think that OTE helped him with that. He played on a really good team. I think that helps. And so I feel like, to come to this atmosphere on a Friday or Saturday too, and see the atmosphere, I think that helped him out as well. Yeah. So, those are big keys to success. And then I think that along with the maturity on the floor, you're living by yourself. Guys are kind of getting the college experience without being in college. So that helps him. That helped guys like him a lot. And so that's what I think the advantages of OTE are.
Last question I'm gonna give you before you leave out. I don't know if you get the flowers you deserve, but if you don't, let me be the person to do it. You have transformed the program at Georgia Tech. For a while, it was one of those schools in the ACC that just needed that push. Now, if you look at the guys that you're bringing in, you're getting some of the top guys. Right. And every time I talk to guys that's headed to Georgia Tech, I ask, what made you choose it? And you're the answer every time. I don't know what you're telling these guys. I don't know if it's because you see the game differently, but, what do you think you're added to that program and elevated it? Is it the relationship with the players, or what is it?
I try to find players that I can definitely have a relationship with in a world that's turned so transactional. Yeah. But I still think there's a place for the relationships, and I think I try to develop that with each player that comes through the program. So, that's one of the biggest things I want to do. And OTE helped out with that a lot, and you know the fact that it's around the corner, you know it's an added advantage as well.
Well, hey, Coach, man, we appreciate you for taking the time and sitting with us. Man,
appreciate y'all.
A lot of good talent out here, Tom. You know, I used to want to play for Georgia Tech growing up. I wish I was nice enough. I probably got a couple technical fouls in Georgia, but I never got no Georgia Tech offer. Maybe next time, man.
I wish we could have had Coach playing at OTE when he was at Hoover back in the day, because
it would have been fair.
He would have been the exact type of player who would have blown up here on and off the court, just being you know, a good personality. As we're watching another game here, you got Team 1, a.k.a. the City Reapers, crushing another team in Team 3, basically the Cold Hearts, as we see Asher Elson knocking down a shot there.
I love how you keep referencing it, because they really did just put everybody on the same team.
That's how they split it up. That's how they split it up, which I appreciate. It was maybe a little unfair because the City Reapers are a stacked team, even without a Malik Thomas.
And there you go. You see guys diving on the floor for loose balls, Asher Elson, and I guess that's what gets you scholarships these days. You hear coaches, they saying,
that's all they've talked about. Effort. No one has mentioned scoring.
Nobody.
I'm starting to think you shouldn't score.
Hey man, make the right pass, talk on defense, and get every loose ball. You will get 50 offers by the end of the day.
Never shoot again.
Hey,
what Coach has to say
so
to the
we go
guy.
out, the first play of the game off the tip, Amari gets a wide open 3 because we weren't matched up, right? Okay, and then we had a couple other possessions where we didn't know who we had. Like, you guys got to talk to each other out there, right? So as soon as we get back on the floor, I should be talking my matchups. Okay, so everybody's clear on that. If you get cross-matched in transition, you have to talk that loud so everybody knows where to go. All right, if you know what's going on and you're comfortable with what's going on, like, help other guys. Does that make sense? All right. As far as their pressure goes when we're handling the ball on offense, if they pick up full court, just get off the ball. Like, they're not really picking these two up full court. Let them bring it down. They can flow into that DHO, then it's a swing, and then Kai, you got to go get them. So on that one, we were already to that side. You don't have to wait till it goes back to the third side. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Flash the ball. Flash the ball. We're so good at transition. Post the ball.
Hey, he never wrong. I said.
A lot of good players out there on the court, but we got one of the best players in the country in a booth with us, my guy Jasper Johnson. Jasper, we obviously know that you're already going to Kentucky, but it's also NBA scouts here as well. So anything you're trying to prove to these NBA guys that maybe they didn't get a chance to see during the regular season at AAU? You can pick the mic up just a little bit more.
Really just trying to be more vocal to my team. You know, playing more of the one right now, trying to facilitate and get others the ball. Not trying to score every possession, but trying to outbeat my defender with my mind. You know, instead of just trying to, beat them one-on-one.
And I've seen you. I came in a building a couple days ago, seen you getting some work in. I was working out. I come back out an hour later, you under the basket, sitting in a chair, just getting up form shooting. How long are you here, bro? Like, you are here hours on hours. I know that's what it takes, but talk about that work ethic that you put into your game.
I mean, I put in a lot of work. I mean, a lot of people say I'm a shooter. So, you know, like you said, you saw me down there, get my form right. You just trying to get my shot as consistent as possible before next season. You know, Coach Pope, put me in the offense, wants me to shoot a lot of threes. So just trying to be as good as I can before I go into college.
And I've been watching you for a while, even before you came to OTE, different AAU stuff. I think the thing about you that you're confident no matter what situation you're in. I think that has to do with a lot of your success. Where does that come from? Like, what makes you so confident that every time you step on a court, you're going to be one of the best players?
Really just speaking it to myself every day. When I wake up in the morning, just telling yourself I'm the best. And, I put in a lot of hours and work, so I just got to go out and prove it.
I think one of the most impressive things about your game is when I first watched you, I didn't understand how you did it. To be honest, I still don't. But, however, your ability to change speeds, bro, you walk down the court, and it's almost lackadaisical. And in an instant, you go from 0 to 100 and easily blow past one-hand extended left-hand lay. Is that something that you always predicated your game on, changing speeds, or is that something that, you had to figure out later on?
A little bit of both. I've never really been the fastest player. Yeah. Point A to point B, so learning how to change my pace and go fast and slow and stuff like that, get my defender off balance to, be able to create as much of an advantage as I can.
And, you've been here. You're obviously already know where you're going to college. For some of the guys that aren't, some of the younger guys, they don't know what they're doing yet. Did you feel like they were a little bit nervous? Is there some nerves there? And what's some advice that you've given to them or talked to them about so that, they can perform?
No, I don't think any of my guys were nervous at all. I think they were ready for the opportunity. We've been working for the offseason for a couple weeks now. I know a lot of them are going into AAU. So they've just been really working. So, this is a big opportunity for them to have college coaches and some NBA scouts come out and evaluate their game. So I think they're pretty ready for the moment.
I mentioned earlier that you're one of the hardest workers here. An instance could be here at the Combine. You went in a second group to get more work in. Yeah. Oh, what is it about that? Did you want to just, did you not like the first workout, or did you just like, hey, I'm here, I might as well get it while I'm here?
Yeah. No, I love the first workout. The first workout was really good, but I saw the wings kind of group.
Yeah.
They only had 2 people, so I was just asking Coach Corey, like, I can get in there to, give him a little breather, but also be able to show my game off the ball as well. So.
See Amari talking as he always does. Jazz, as a junior in high school, you already were a top prospect, and you decided to come to OT for your senior year. Looking back now, you've had a month since the season ended. What's your takeaway from OTE and coming here and making that decision?
Yeah, like you said, I was at a prep school last season. I did what I needed to do there, but I feel like coming to overtime was really the best move that I could be able to have my game and work one-on-one more often with high-level coaches and stuff like that, like Coach Fraser, who has worked out many pro players right now and things like that. So coming here, getting stronger, eating better. So little things like that is really why a big reason why I came to OT.
Jasper, we appreciate you for taking the time with us, man. We're going to let you get back to hooping.
Yes, sir.
The thing you love the most, man. There's so many, storylines here, right? Jasper comes in, as one of the top guys in the country, comes here, plays amazing, and he gets the tutelage from a guy like Coach Fraser, as he mentioned. He was able to, teach guys like Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, right? Darius Garland. The list goes on with all the NBA guys that he's been able to give tutelage to and being able to showcase. And I think for him being at OTE, that list just going to get longer and longer. It's kind of a cheat code, man. I got to talk to him.
Yeah, Coach Fraser's resume is going to be one of the most stacked of all time if he keeps working here. He had the twins, like you mentioned, some other guys. He's had basically everyone. So we see Cole Grandison take off on him. Oh! Jeremiah hustled back, gave him a foul. I wanted to see a little dunk there from Cole Grandison. So we got a more competitive game here. Amari's clapping and chatting.
When is he not chatting?
Amari hit a 3, and Lincoln was not happy with him.
Amari should have been mic'd up every game of the season because you would have always got something out of it. Always. And look at Leak, right?
Leak always talking too. Both of them are always talking.
That's what I love
talking
about
to themselves, talking to each other, talking to other people.
And I talked to League. He told me he wasn't going to be able to play, but, he's still active, talking to the guys, giving them feedback.
So my only
coaches love it. Let's hear what the coaches got to say.
Hey, we got an air one. The scout got the air one? They just threw it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just make sure we're matched up, because obviously there's subbing guys in and out, and we're not. Make sure you know we're guarded. Styles, that's my fault. Good. On Jeremiah, on weak, you force him right. Right. So actually, I should have been saying strong. I should have said strong. So continue the unbelievable ball pressure, and as long as we get organized, that's good. Still though. Hey, we still have a timeout. I told you you don't want that shit. I don't think we'll need it. If we need it, you don't want that shit. If not, we good. I'm letting you guys go.
Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. It's our ball. It's our ball, ain't it?
And we're back at it. The OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. We got 71 head coaches in the building, NBA, college, and we got legend, St. Louis legend, by the way, Coach Fraser in the building. Hey, man, we was just talking to Jasper, and he said, being able to put work in with you day in and day out. He said, you ready for the SEC, man? What do you see for Jasper in his future?
First of all, I need to give Jasper a couple dollars for saying something nice about me. But
pay me next, man. I ain't said nothing yet.
Well, get started. But no, Jasper's been doing a really good job. This postseason, really working on his game. We've been making sure we hold him to the fire on things that Coach Pope wants him to have ready when he gets to campus in the fall. So he's been working his butt off.
And obviously you're the RWE head coach, but I think something that you pride yourself on is developing all the players. And a lot of that work gets to be shown today. Is there anything that you said to the guys before the combine started, or any advice that you give to them so that they can do the best they can in front of these scouts?
Man, it's simple. Be the best version of yourself, because a lot of times guys get out here, they want to show something that they cannot do, and they end up exposing themselves. So my advice is everything we worked on, so we try to tailor the workouts to things that we've been doing throughout the spring, and continue the process, and use this day as another day to get better. I know there's coaches here, but use this day as another day to get better, and don't get distracted with that. So, oh my God, that kid's been out of his mind.
I was just going to ask you, is there anyone that's been impressing you?
I was just about to ask him that. MVP is Diamond.
Look at that, second chance opportunity, third chance opportunity.
But that's a guy who's buying into the work. A guy who's showing up to do what he needs to do every single day. So that's a testament to him buying in and believing in that. And that's being the best version of yourself. That's a prime example of that.
You know, we kind of answered it, but I want to go on that list again. You know, give me some guys that you see is really taking advantage of the opportunity today. Diamant Blazi was one, but anybody else you see out there?
Michael Tucker has been really good today. Styles has been really good, showing his pace and his poise, and you know, he's developing. I would say Cole Granderson has been really, really good today. Shot the ball.
We got the same list, man. We know
we see basketball. We see basketball.
Come on now.
I mean, you know, no hiding that. I think Romelo Hill is another one who's been very consistent today. Who else am I thinking?
I think Lincoln has some bright spots, especially
Lincoln
in the drills and the 3v3s. Lincoln has some moments. I want to talk to you about Lincoln specifically. Obviously, coming in as one of the highest-rated players in the country. For him, you know, being exposed to, you know, all these college coaches and that next level for him, you know, what do you see for him as a role in RWE next year, and you know, what are you happy to see him do out here?
This will be his step off the porch year. Yep. It's time for him to step off the porch and really, you know, take a little bit more ownership in our team. You know, he's one of the day one guys, you know, so it's an opportunity for him to really own that fourth spot, stretch his legs a little bit. Not have too many people behind him in that position to where he can play a little bit more freely. But the ball's going to be in his court. You know, he's going to have to decide what he wants to do with it. He's got probably the most talented point guard on the planet with Taylor Kinney on his team. So, you know, I'm thinking about this. Every coach in the country is going to come watch him. So, you know, he needs to be ready to go. So the ball is in his court right now. He's going to have to decide what he wants to do with this ball.
And you mentioned Taylor Kinney not out here today, out with an injury, but I think he could be the best point guard in the country going into his senior year. As a player development guy, what does he have to work on? What can he get better at? What can he do to, you know, lead RWE hopefully next year to a championship?
First of all, that's our goal. So he'll tell you my goal is we want to make sure you come in here better than what you were. So when he leaves, he's going to be a better player. So let's start with that. But I think the biggest thing for TK right now is using his voice a lot more. So we've been on him about that. His pace has been tremendous. The game is coming easier to him. He's used to playing a lot faster than he is. Now we're slowing him down a little bit and just showing him how to get to his spots and his spurts when to play hard. But TK, man, when I say I've got the chills right now talking about him, because this kid's ceiling is so high that I don't even think he know how good he can be at the next level. So I got him watching some vintage basketball players like Kevin Johnson, who's played for the Phoenix Suns back in the day.
That's who you got him on?
That's who he's got to be on.
Okay.
That's a good diet of a player who can lead, can still do everything you do, but can you facilitate and get everybody else involved? And that's the answer to all the questions that people have. Can we evolve into that?
You know, something that I think is kind of funny, me and Tom have been talking to everybody that's came and sat where you are, that's some type of evaluator of the sport. What they've told us that they've looking for most has nothing to do with Mr. Made shots. No. It's all about, you know, attitude, who's talking, who's diving on the foot for loose balls, who's actually out here, you know, trying to compete. But why do you think scouts and, you know, some of these people here focus on that more than Mr. Made shots?
Because the little things matter. You got to think, they already know you can play. They wouldn't show up with anything you can play. But those little things, man, that's what makes you successful. Can you lead? When you're talking, do people follow you? Do people respect you? When things don't go your way, how do you respond to this? When you're on the bench, when you're clapping for guys, when, you know, whatever, do you own up to your mistakes? So they're looking at all that because they need to know they can depend on you, especially if, you know, you're going to college and you're going as a freshman, you're playing with older guys. Look at that pace, man. different player right now. Different player.
That spin move like at 100 miles an hour. It's insane. You see Diamant Blazi hands out. Guys are getting excited. Cole Branderson.
Good kick out, bad, man. But yeah, they're looking to see what all you can do, man. They just want to see you do all the other little things, man. And the biggest thing is leadership, and are you a team player?
And a couple of guys who are not here right now, but they kind of started this thing, the Thompson twins. Two guys that you got to spend a lot of time with early on when they were younger at OTE. I think everyone saw the potential, but you're seeing it pay off in the NBA now. I mean, can you speak to, like, one, how hard they worked while they were here and seeing their success now?
We tried to tell everybody, and I'm saying this publicly, people did not like the fact they don't want to give us credit for what we've done with those guys. When those guys got here, they were elite athletes. They had a great skill set. All we did was teach them how to, be the best at their positions and really, add to their skill set in terms of getting to spots, understanding who you are as a player. You don't have to shoot the three all the time. Their defense is their biggest asset. And I think, we saw it, but people didn't believe it. And now everybody's like, whoa, could these be the best brothers, and especially twins that ever play in the NBA? And I say, yes, I can't say what I really want to say. So, yeah. But those, man, to see what they're doing right now is just like, we told y'all.
30 seconds left in the game. It's another blow, man. The team won.
The City Reapers.
Yeah, the City Reapers, man. Coach Doug walked past and said, we looking good out here.
Yeah, Doug's still in coach mode, so I sat right on over there where I need to be in the stands with my head down, and Jordan guys playing freely, man. I don't need to stress today.
Guys playing after it hard right now.
Yeah.
9 seconds left in this game, 19-27. What I think was bigger than anything, man, is just to see the showing. I've been able to witness the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade for the last few years, and every time it's a reminder of how this league sets itself apart from everywhere else, man. Just seeing all these guys in here, man, is always great because everybody who come here for their own individual goal, of course they want to win, but it's here for the taking.
There's nothing else like this in the country. And if it is, show me.
Yep.
And I guarantee you can't produce it. So we are in our own lane, and we will continue to be. So, I love what we do here. It's probably why I'll never leave. So I love what we do here, man.
Let's go to some of the highlights. A lot of highlights happened during this game. You see Samis Calderon chicken up top. Tom, man, he's been able to shoot that thing for a while now.
Yeah, it was good shooting there in that game that we just got to watch. Saw Amari hit some. Micah Tucker, who Coach Fraser talked about, he hasn't missed today, it feels like.
I know, right?
So a lot of guys shooting the ball well. I think the jitters are out of them, and they're starting to play a little bit stronger.
I think everybody nervous, but when that basketball go up, man, at the end of the day, it's the same game you've been playing since you was 5, 6, 7 years old, man. So
you at home?
Yeah, pretty much.
At home.
Pretty much. These guys basically live here as we get another game. I know Coach Fraser live here, man. I can't count on one hand how many times I came in.
He's always
and
here.
See him.
I just need a couch, pillow blanket, and a little refrigerator, and I'll be straight.
Coach Fraser, man, he my guy. Let's hear what Coach Foss got to say on that RWE train as well.
We're not in training game. I think it was from 17-3 to I think you guys had it basically even the rest of the way. The ball moved. We looked really good. Play with each other. You guys had 10 more minutes. We'll make something happen.
Little things.
You're good at as much as you can. Does that make sense? Okay, on defense, even though we fouled a couple times, I thought you picked us up a lot at the end, right? That's the intensity we should play with the whole time. And then if you get tired, just ask for a sub. Does that make sense? All right.
Their whole team is going to play one-on-one basketball. We just got to play
They tired. They were playing the first game. They was ass. They scored 5 points.
Hey, first play, let's go quick touch. Quick touch. Quick touch.
Let's go. Coach on 3, Philly on 6, 1, 2, 3. Guards. 5, 6. Let's go, y'all, boy.
I was going to try to draw some things, and I don't think I am anymore.
And we're back for some more 5-on-5 action. If you just now tuned in, this is the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade. We already seen skill work. Some of the guys, we've seen guards, we've seen the bigs, we've seen 3v3. And now for the final drill, we got some 5-on-5 action. Tom, today's been a solid day. Super impressed by some of the players here.
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of guys have made their names known. We talked a lot about Diamant Blazi, Cole Grandison, Micah Tucker, Styles Clemens, and there's so many scouts here. I mean, 71 NBA or college scouts, evaluators, coaches. There's more scouts than players.
Yeah,
which we love to see. You know, whether it's guys who are looking to show off for pro scouts like a Malik Thomas, a Jasper Johnson, or guys who are trying to impress the college scouts like a Diamant Blazi, a Lincoln Cosby. I think a lot of guys have bright spots and bright things that, you know, these scouts have seen a lot of these guys already. So now it's like, all right, can you confirm my thoughts? Can you show me that, yo, you're the player that I thought you were, or surprise me like, oh, you're better than I thought you were. And we've heard from a lot of really smart people today, and you know, it's cool to hear what they focus on, what they want to hear. But I'm excited to watch some basketball.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a minute, and these guys are downstairs working out, practicing nonstop. Now to have some games going on, it's been fun.
Absolutely, man. You know, what else, man? You know, it's tough, man. The relationships we have with the players. I'm sad some of these guys are going, man. Some of these are my guys, though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like that constant revolving door of new talent mixed with some of the old talent. Man, some of these guys, man, I'm gonna miss around here.
Especially this year. Like, Amari's been here for a couple of years. Like, he's someone that I know you and I were both really close with. Malik Thomas, same thing. Amari's coming. He's gonna make me cry on broadcast.
I know, right?
Eli, some of those guys have been around for a while. They're leaving us this year, so it's gonna be exciting to see a new crop. But I'm also gonna miss our old people. And speaking of old people, we got one with us right now.
We
Amari Evans. You're officially Unk.
Unk is crazy. If he Unk, we great Unk. What are we?
Yeah, I'm a grandfather.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Y'all's definitely grandpa.
Man, Leak, man, we was talking about.
Damn, he just called you Leak.
Yeah.
Snipe, that's how you feel? Snipe, that's how you feel?
I was looking at Leak. That's me.
Where's Malik at?
He over there.
You wasn't looking that way.
I was looking that way, bro. I was looking that way. Why you over? Mari, bro, we was talking about, you know, I was about to give you a sweet sentiment. We was talking about missing some of the guys that's not going to be around here no more. I'm used to having you around. You like my little bro, but I don't see you walk through the building no more. It ain't going to be the same for like a good week and a half, man. It's going to take a while to get used to, Mari. I ain't going to lie.
Man, I'm going to miss y'all boys too, man. Been a great 2 years.
Before the games, talking to my dog. You know, what's funny about Amari, he's one of the most competitive people I ever met in my life. So if you guys don't know, before every game we got to do something called a pick 'em, which we basically choose who's going to win, who's going to lose. I would know, like 99% of the time, if the Reapers was going to win or lose by just looking at his demeanor. And I wasn't wrong one time. I just look at him. Yeah, I'm going Reapers tonight. I look at him. I'm going RWE tonight. I would just know, like, is that a Pittsburgh thing? Because you and League have it.
I mean, Snipe, you know every time me and you talk, I mean, you say, it's on you tonight. And I say, come on, you know what it is. And then you know what happened every time.
Every time. It's good. Yeah, it's all I'm always saying. If y'all want to know why my pick 'em so good, it's kind of like inside trading, man. I'll be talking to my guys before I pick the pick, Tom.
Mari, man, you're out here for the Combine. You've been through a bunch of these. You've been doing this. Is there anything you want to specifically do today or prove today? You're obviously already committed to Tennessee, but you got some pro scouts here. You got some other guys in the building.
My goal today was help Cole and Styles. Just help them too. I feel like they got a big summer coming up, 17U. I mean, it's probably the most important year in your high school AAU. So, I mean, helping them, you see both of them perform today.
They playing well.
That just, I feel like that made my day. As long as they hoop, I mean, I'm good. I'm going to Tennessee already. But as long as I can help other people, I feel like, I mean, I'm good.
Anybody else that jumped off the paper, because you mentioned, I mean, Styles and Cole look great, but I think Diamant Blazi had a good showing today.
Oh, yeah, Diamant Blazi was hooping. I mean, he got something to prove, too. I mean, uncommitted, trying to get some more schools, and I feel like he did what he was supposed to today.
Anybody else jump off the papers today?
Styles and Cole.
Yep.
Them is my guys.
True teammate right there. As we see guys diving on the floor for loose balls. Look at this. Asher Elson. Tom, that's a guy who we was talking about earlier. 6'10", long frame. A lot of people like to talk about his potential. They can see him at the next level.
Yeah, that's the thing that like every evaluator talks about is like he has the size, he has the shooting that a lot of guys look for. So, you know, Asher, he played for the Cold Hearts this year. You got to see a good amount of him, but I think over this summer and going into next year, hopefully see a lot more. Mari, I was going to ask you, man, like, the season, we're about a month since the season ended, right? And looking back, you were probably banged up at the end of the year. You broke your face during the finals, had to wear a mask in the finals, even though it only lasted 30 seconds when you were playing. How are are you feeling? Are you feeling as healthy as you've been able to feel in the last few months as you get ready for college?
This is definitely the healthiest I've been since I stepped a foot in OT this year. Wow. So, I mean, this is a good feeling. Just getting a hoop again once, feeling good. So, I mean, it was a good showing before I go to college.
Oh, great pass by Melo right there. And, you know, Mari, I want to ask you, playing SEC basketball, this is the best division for basketball, high school, college basketball right now. It's a lot of competition. Even some of the guys that's here at OTE is going to be going to the SEC. And I think the next step for you, right, you see guys like Chaz Lanier leaving, entering the NBA draft, and now I see a role for you wide open. That 3-and-D, if you can knock down a three ball at 38% clip and keep that defensive tenacity, you a pro. I said it before, I say it on live. What's your thought process going into, you know, Tennessee trying to make it happen?
My thought process going in is just set the tone. I mean, I'm a freshman. I'm a senior, so I got a little bit of the totem pole. Yeah. So when I go in as a freshman, it's just really set the tone. Yep. Do whatever my team needs, just excel in my role, and then maybe I'll get a bigger role.
That's the best answer you could possibly have. It's real though. Honestly, I know a lot of guys come in and, you know, they want to do things right away, but you're absolutely right? You're one of the best players in the country now. You go to college, start at the bottom of the totem pole, you show, you grind, you work, and then, you know, you're back in that situation. This is what the coaches got to say to some of the players.
In the right corner, okay? As he's coming down, like right before he's using that, Marcus, I want you to go underneath. You have to use it. Since I'm sending him under, you got to use that. And then Kai roll hard. You should have a lot of space to work with here. Like you're getting downhill to try to dunk the basketball until somebody stops you. Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right.
Let's go, fam. Hey, family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Family, let's go. You got it, Kai.
And Mari, we talked about, you know, working your way up. You played with a guy last year who went to Tech, worked his way up in that starting lineup, right? Jaden Musoff. You guys still talk? Y'all still? I see you at the games. Like, what is he giving you to kind of give you an idea of what college basketball is really like?
I mean, Mustafa, him being one of my best friends, I ask him about everything. Like, I ask him about the weight room, the practices. He really just tells me, like, the biggest change for him, you got to be consistent every single day. And he told me that would be a challenge for me, but he said the weight room, me and him, we go back and forth in the weight room every day when he was here. So, I mean, if he was good, he told me I'm going to be good, so I'm going to take his word for it.
And you obviously been at OTE for 2 years, one of the vets. A lot of guys only come here for a year, or they come in just their seat, whatever. For you being able to do the whole experience, do it all, you're leaving here a way different player than you came in. What did OTE mean to you and do for you? And yeah, just speak about that a little bit.
I mean, OTE, it's done a lot for me. I came here, people said they was questioning me being high major, and me, at the end of my first year, I was kind of solidified high major, and my 17th year just helped me a lot. But OTE, they said I couldn't shoot when I got here. I got to gym every day with a coach. Never denied me, never told me no. So I feel like OTE is just going to bring you everything you need. You just got to take advantage of it. And for me, I feel like I took advantage of every single day.
And you are obviously the back-to-back defensive player of the year. Obviously, we know that defense is what you hang your hat on, but I still say to this day you don't get enough respect in your scoring ability. You know, what do you think is slept on about your scoring ability, and what have you worked on this summer to be able to make sure you can get some buckets at that college level?
What's slept on about me is I can score all over, I feel like. I can knock down threes, I can get to the rim, I can get to the foul line. So, they're going to keep sleeping, but as long as I can play defense, I'm going to get a chance on offense.
Yep.
But, like, me this summer, I really worked on my finishing and my shooting, just got to keep my shot mechanics consistent, and I just got to be able to shoot at the next level.
And Snipe, you mentioned he's going to the SEC.
Yep.
But so is Jasper. So is Leak. Carter's still there. A lot of guys are going to be in the SEC next year. What do you think that's going to be? Cannon's going to be in Georgia now. What do you think it's going to be like seeing your guys and your friends that you're now going against as opponents?
I love all my friends, but I'm going to win every time, so I ain't worried about that. As long as I win, we can still be cool. If I lose, we can't talk.
We was joking when we were watching you play in the last game, and I think y'all was up like 12, and I was like, I can tell he still really want to win.
You were talking to Lincoln. What did you say to Lincoln when you hit that three?
Be quiet.
Yo, bro, don't turn it off this competitive nature, bro. It's kind of crazy.
Do you feel like the coaches at Tennessee know what they're getting with you as far as your intensity, your leadership, the amount that you talk? Like, do you feel like they are aware of everything they're getting from Amari Evans?
100%. I talk to them the same way I talk to my friends, and they understand me. So, like, they accept me for who I am. So, I mean, we're going to have fun. Believe that.
Speaking of, you know, Tennessee, I was joking, you know, those Don issues that you're rocking right now, those are old faithfuls, man. You love them. They the Tennessee custom joints. What was it about that school that set itself apart from all the other options?
I mean, I went to the game when I was a junior, and that's when they had Don't Connect.
Yep.
He screamed at Don't Connect the same way he screamed at the last player on the bench.
Oh, my God. I missed it. Oh, what I missed. Can I get a replay at least?
Oh, my God.
I was looking at Amari. I didn't get a chance to see it. On the back door?
Up top.
Tia's got a million assists. Ah!
There you go.
Diamond's always going to jump.
Dunking on the dunker is something crazy. But back to the Tennessee story, though.
I mean, so they had Don't Connect. He screamed at Don't Connect how he screamed at the last player on the bench who didn't touch the court. So that's when I just knew he held everybody to the same standard. There's no favoritism. It's just everybody gets a fair opportunity. So who doesn't want to play for that? Who doesn't want fair opportunity? Who doesn't want a coach that holds everybody to the highest standard?
I love that. That was a good reason, Amari. You could have said a lot of different things. That was a good reason. As we see Lil Bro walking over here, who you're trying to put on for in just a couple minutes. We'll see if we can talk to Styles in a second.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, let's highlight Styles, man. You know, Styles was MVP of the first day of the Combine. And that was everything that wasn't basketball. Then come basketball, they come out here hooping. You trying to take over the Combine. Talk to me, man. What was on your mind this morning?
I was just hungry, man. I'm underrated right now, so I'm just trying to make a name for myself. I was just hungry. I feel like I wanted it more than everybody else on the court. So,
well, you're sitting next to your agent, Amari Evans. He's been talking you up. He said, "My job here today is to make Styles look as good as possible."
Yes, sir.
How is he doing? He's helping out.
He did an amazing job, man. I love this kid, bro. I'm like, this is my forever brother. Made a bond that is unbreakable for real.
And yesterday, you did break the Combine record with your max vert, 43 inches.
Yes, sir.
Were you surprised? A little?
A little bit, but I feel like I could have got higher. I feel like I could have.
You feel like you could have got higher?
Yeah, that 43 didn't feel like nothing for real. I feel like I definitely could have got higher.
Were you surprised, Mari?
No.
What I was actually, I want to say surprised by, but what stuck out the most to me is 26 from 30 from the midi.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, when you play on a team as good as the Reapers, when you got some of the best players in the country, you can't just call an ISO and rock out every time you get the basketball. So I only seen you in the role that you played. To see that you've been able to knock down that midi like that, is that one of the things that you focused on in the summertime, just getting better?
Yes, sir, for sure. One of the weaknesses of my game has been shooting, so I just been in the gym constantly working on my shot, just making sure it's consistent so the college coaches can see I can knock down an open shot.
And this is obviously your first Combine here at OTE. You joined OTE in the middle of the season. What's it been like? Like, what is your takeaways? How do you feel like it's going for you? Like,
this is a blessing. This is the best thing that happened to me in life. I'm forever thankful for this opportunity. I'm gonna just keep taking advantage of it. I'm very thankful.
Now, since Mari is leaving, you got to carry that torch.
For sure.
That City Reapers torch. Now, they done been to 3 straight finals appearances. What do you got to do to make sure that it's 4?
Be like Big Bro.
Yeah.
Be like Big Bro. That's all I got to do.
Are you going to be in it? Like, I know you'll be at Tennessee, you'll be busy, but will you have time to make sure that the Reapers are doing what Reapers are supposed to do?
100%. You can't, after we've been to the finals 3 times, y'all can't come out here and do anything, you know what I mean?
Got to.
Man, let's hear what the coaches got to say to some of the guys in the huddle.
You're at the gym, you're at the park, whatever. It's you 5, them 5. So I'm not going to give another out of like, man, let me get another one. But how'd you just get the best bucket of probably the day so far? Okay. There's not a limit on it. Not a salary cap to it. There's not a number that we can only do this once or twice. You can do it every single possession. You might explore what cutting twice in a possession looks like. You might. And you're probably going to get your hands on the rim again. Because you just did that. You just woke everybody in the gym up who's ready to make calls and texts to the transfer portal. So all he's doing is doing on the side, unless you wake them up by playing good basketball. Hey, it's even right now. Go turn this thing up and go win one. Go finish on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Landon, start right here. Start right here. Who am I missing? Diamond? Okay, hit him. Chase it right there. I want you out as he starts to chase that. Turn it and then roll. Go.
Oh, shit. You hearing the coaches, talk to, Lincoln. Let's look back at that play, though. That dunk was kind of nasty. one of the best dunks we've seen so far at the Combine in these 5-on-5s. But, you know, Coach Foss, he also do a lot of skill work, too. So, you know, what is it about C. Foss, man, that you guys, if you guys worked with C. Foss before, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
He know the game, man. I talked to him a lot about basketball. He know the game. Anything that he's giving you or anything that you can take with you?
Yo, see, Foss probably does 12-hour shifts here every single day. So that's the biggest takeaway for me. He's as dedicated as they come.
Basketball junkie for sure.
For sure.
And I'm sure, like, when you getting, it's nothing worse than somebody trying to give you a workout where either you know they can't hoop themselves or you know they don't put in enough time to know what they're talking about. So C. Foss is definitely one of those guys that
Melo?
That know the game. Melo looking good out here today, too.
I think he's got blood on him again.
He always
He's always got blood on him.
I think that's Blazi blood.
Blazi blood?
I seen like 4 guys bleeding, bro. Blazi blood might be worth some.
Blazi.
Midi.
Give me that.
Okay. Call the foul, ref.
Who
call the foul?
Yeah, that was a foul.
It was a good pass. Give him that assist.
You know the hoop got wheels, man. They probably pushed it.
Shot.
Oh, carry.
Oh. Hey, Styles, anybody kind of jump out to you today during the Combine you seen play pretty well?
He's starting to shoot.
All of the Reapers. All of the Reapers.
Hey, I love it. This is the most biased group I've ever seen in my life,
bro.
All of the Reapers.
I love that.
Yes, sir.
You got some Reaper loyalty.
I mean, if you're not together, who's going to be with y'all?
I mean, yeah,
exactly.
Styles, I don't even know if I'm allowed to ask you this. There's a lot of scouts here. Is there like is there a school that you would love to get a call from, or a few schools even?
Any school that loves me.
I love. Hey, when I say I love Amari, bro.
Amari next to Mike. Nah, don't answer. All of them.
Any school.
That remind me of like the Dirk King Vaughn interview when he was at Berkey's Club. And Dirk was just like, hey, man.
All right, fine.
Melo to the lane and it's blocked. Hey, man, Melo said that him and Lincoln going to be the best duo in OTE for the next few years. And I like the sound of that. They killing it on the AAU circuit right now.
Did say that.
I'm just putting that out in the air.
Did say that.
I don't know about that
Melo and Lee, man. I like that.
Cole and Styles. I don't know about that one.
I love Cole, man.
Oh, my God.
Hey, look at it.
Yeah, Melo.
Bang out.
Hey, and one.
Melo got like 4 steals.
Yeah, he's after it right now. Hey, you know, I was going back and forth with Davis during the season. We was trying to come up with an NBA player comp for you, Styles. I said Drew Holiday. Who you got?
I'll say Scoot Henderson.
Oh, Scoot. Okay. I like Scoot.
That's a good one.
I'm not mad at that.
Scoot Henderson.
Okay. I'll see some Scoot.
Scoot Henderson, the first player ever recruited to OT, didn't come. The first player ever recruited, though, because he was in Georgia.
Hey, sniping time, I got a question for y'all.
Who's
jumping off the table to y'all today?
Diamond, Style, and Cole Granderson. Those are the 3 that everybody
All the Reapers. All the Reapers.
No. I'm going to keep it a beat.
The Reapers have been unbelievable.
I appreciate it.
Yo, Diamond in the 3v3
Oh, yeah, he
was
did.
looking like one of the best players in the country. So I think that really helps him, especially.
He's wilding.
You got to think Diamond come from France, so he didn't get a chance to play AAU and have a lot of odds on him. So I thought he took advantage of the opportunity really well.
Sure.
11 seconds left in this matchup, 24-18. See Team 3 kind of getting after it a little bit. Hey, Style, are you nervous at all with all these college scouts and NBA GMs in the building?
I don't get nervous.
Hey, they build different.
Yeah, I don't get nervous.
If I was 16, 17, boy, I would.
Tracy.
Hey, Melo.
Hey, thank you guys for joining us, spending a little bit of time with us, man. Good luck on the season for both of y'all.
Thank you.
Man, the OTE Combine fueled by Gatorade has been a good one, Tom. We've seen a lot of hot basketball here, man.
Unbelievable. A lot of great talent. 71 scouts here from the NBA and college ranks. I can't believe it. And you know what? All these guys are going to have a lot more opportunities to prove themselves as well.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that. More OTE. The season is coming sooner than you think. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.